Oh no, your reactive PNG is actually on my screen by default.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, oof. Can you?
I can hide it fast.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, please hide it.
It's in one of my scenes somewhere.
Oh, oof.
Aha, I got it. There we go. Now we're good.
Let's go.
Let's go. Well, welcome everybody. This is, well, at least my first time doing the VTuber Census. I took it over from Yam. I didn't steal it. I didn't pry it out of her cold batty hands. I have permission.
Hi.
Hey, sorry. I suck at introductions. Go ahead, Nisagi.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I suck at either. If you think you suck, I suck at it more. Hi, I'm DN. I feel like my name's more infamous these days. So I'm somebody that makes commentary stuff about VTubing. Closest to a VTuber expert that you can get. Yes, I'm going to suck my own dick and say that. Teehee. Yeah. Okay.
All right, that means I can cuss now since you kind of popped that open. I can cuss for the night.
What, Twitch doesn't? What, does Twitch not allow that, or what's going on here?
Oh no, I don't think they really care as long as you don't mark your stream for children and then like little 9-year-olds pop in and like, mommy, I learned a new word. It has 4 letters.
Oh yeah, no, that should be fine then. We can cuss to our heart's content. All right, let's go. Be a little bit more comfortable and open. Skip the formalities. Let's go. Yes. Okay. Hi, chat. Hello. So. Today we're going over. So Pandora approached me with this little thing going on, and I was super interested because I'm interested in anything stat related in VTubing, just so I can study this industry a little bit more. The sample size is more so catered towards the indie VTubing side of the industry, which in of itself I think is still interesting. But so we're going to get right through it. I am curious though, before we start. I'd like to know where you actually started as a VTuber, Pan. Like how you got exposed to this whole thing.
Oh, that is a bit of a story. But I think everybody has a little bit of a story.
Yeah.
I actually have notes on this on the first slide, so I'm just going to go to the first slide. Because it is like, when did you start VTubing anyway? And all of my notes are on this slide.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go.
I started like September 13th of 23, and I swore this was a lot longer ago than it really is. But I asked Google to do the math, and it said it was 1 year, 4 months, and 18 days. So I'm like way more fresh than I thought I was. I thought I was 2 years plus into this. But as far as like how I got into it, it's kind of a long story because like I had watched Kizuna Ai on and off on YouTube, and I didn't really understand what it was, what it entailed, and all of that. But I knew I loved the character design. I loved the videos, and I would watch them periodically. But YouTube algorithm being what it was, I kind of lost touch with it because I didn't get it surfaced to me, and I forgot the name at the time. And then it's probably partially due to my addiction to cat videos that it got shoved to the wayside, right? But
Oh.
at the time, I was a fleshy streamer. So I was like webcam, I was here on Twitch, I was doing all of that stuff. And I didn't have the best experience. Like, I loved it, but I also got a lot of hate for like who I was, what I looked like, and people just being absolute dicks on the internet, basically. So I got like hate raids, and I must have been on some kind of hate list because as soon as I went live at a certain point, I got like same specific people, same specific questions, and just kind of the same treatment over and over. And eventually it ran me off of streaming. Unfortunately, I just couldn't deal with it anymore, basically. For my own mental health, I just decided not to. But I loved streaming, and I really hated it to like disappear, but it was one or the other. I had to pick my mental health over streaming because it just didn't make any sense. But like 2022, 2023, I was catching up with a longtime friend. Like, I'd known her half my life. And she's like, guess what I'm doing? And she says, VTubing. And I'm like, what the hell is VTubing? What on earth are you talking about? And she ran me down the whole thing of what it is, how it works. And she's super, super techie. And I am, of course, super techie. I mean, hell, I did all the data analysis for all of this. So I had to be kind of super techie to do that. So she kind of hooked me on several factors. One, I loved anime. I've done a lot with like art in anime and manga and like cosplay and conventions. So it's all the way up my alley. And she hooked me after she showed me what her model could do, how you controlled it, and just all the little nerdy things in behind the scenes. And after that, I started as a PNG tuber. Like, I highly recommend to everybody in my videos, don't go like throwing your wallet against a wall and like the, what is it? Futurama meme where Fry is just holding out a fistful of money, like, take my money. Don't do that. I just started with it like
as an indie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people expect too much, I think. If you throw money at the wall, you're going to get money back, and that's not always how it works. It would be nice, but there's no one-to-one buy-in. But like, I started out as a Gorgon, of all things. I thought I would be the only Gorgon ever, because no one in the world likes Gorgons, right? Come to find out, there was several Gorgon VTubers, and I made a lot of good friends just by going, oh wow, I'm not the only one. But like, after what I thought was a year, I sat back and I looked at my model and I'm like, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't really feel like me. I didn't really know why. I had a couple ideas, but I'm like, maybe if I redesign her. I want to go live 2D. I don't want to be a PNG tuber anymore. I really want to be able to move around. I'm kind of boring just bopping up and down. And I started, because I'm my own artist, both for the PNG tuber and for what you see here. So I took a long time, like probably 8 months, figuring out this design. And it started out as my old design. So I was redesigning my old evil end of the world boss lady into a live 2D version of her. But as I did it, I kept realizing, like, this still doesn't feel right. No matter what I change about the design, it doesn't feel like me. And eventually I just kind of had I don't know if mental break is the right particular term for that, but I was stressed. I was drawing a lot, days and days on end right after work, and it was getting to me. But eventually I'm just like, you know what? What do I want to be? You know, and I had all these preconceived notions because I was still learning what a VTuber was. I thought you had to be like, oh, what's successful is, you know, I have to be a little lewd. I have to be attractive. I have to, you know, talk naughty, and like all these preconceived notions that I had, which isn't true. I found that out. You be you, and, you know, the people come to you. But like, I was trying to be something I wasn't, basically, with my first model. And then with this model, I incorporated bits of me. Like, I'm an artist, so that's why I have so many different colors in my hair and in my design, because I wanted to incorporate something artistic into it. So I grabbed the basic palette and I threw that into my model. And I love, like, I don't want to be a cat girl because I think cat girl is quite a wide
It's
breadth of people.
I think 5 million cat girls in this industry, bro.
Right.
It's
I mean,
insane.
it's hard to stand out anyway, but if you're the one thing that most everybody gravitates toward, and no shame, I absolutely love cat girls, but I wanted to
Oh
try and
yeah,
stand out a little bit. So I'm like, you know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Fennec fox. I don't know why. I love those little cute bastards. I
Uh
thought,
huh.
you know what? I'm going to be a phoenix fox, ninja, kitsune, and all of those adjectives. And I just threw them all up against a wall and started drawing. And ta-da! I'm me now. One
And you're
year
here now.
and 4 months later.
Yeah. No. Okay. I get you. I get you. Because like I also kind of have started around that time. Not started. I also like have began getting my model with the same thought process. I mean, everyone in the industry or anybody that watches me knew that I was basically just a straight up Nusagi, like a Pecora fan base basic Nusagi, right? And then um, I didn't actually realize how much having your own model would be so much fun
Hmm.
until somebody made me a fan model and I started playing around it in live 2D. And that was where everything started for me. It's like, oh, this is fun. This is super fun. And then like after that, it's like, yeah, I never looked back. It's just it's way more fun to like I think that's like infinitely that's like one of the reasons why VTubing is as big as it is. It seems like a lot it's just that a lot of aspects of it, like piloting your own model and everything, it's just way more fun than just becoming a regular old streamer, right? But I feel like at the same time, that's also one of its flaws because there will come a time where you can get tired of it, like you don't you the dealing with the monotony of starting VTube Studio, making sure everything works, making sure all the text and everything is working is like it gets a little oof. That being
Yeah.
said, yeah, that being said, I think it's worth it most of the time.
Yeah. And I think,
So that
oh, sorry.
hmm? No, go
I
ahead.
I was gonna say I think that's why people rebrand too a lot. Like some people go through so many models just because like they get tired of it. It's like, you know what? I've been a fox for a while. I don't want to be a fox anymore. Let me be a cat. I've been a cat for a while. Let me be a ram girl or whatever it might be. It lets
True.
you continually redefine yourself.
I do think that I do think that like actually starting off as a PNG is the best way to go about it.
Yep.
Like VTubing is basically, at least right now, just streaming with an anime model. So just be a good streamer. If you're a good streamer, you're a good VTuber. That's pretty much it. Unless somebody is going to GFE route, right? Like no judges towards that sort of thing. But in that case, unless you're that, just be a good streamer, and people will follow. Unless granted that the algorithm gives you a chance. I'm actually making a
Right.
video about that right now. Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch that. The algorithm tends to love me or hate me. There's no in between. One of my videos just kind of got like double digits, and that was it. It just died. It was a little off track of my normal, but I'm telling myself that's why.
Oh no. Yeah, I feel like that's the reason why content creating in general is
Yeah.
just not like a stable job. Nobody does it as a f- as a surefire way to get money these days. Back then, maybe not now, not anymore. Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
like
like, okay, well, what do you think is your biggest draw into the industry, though?
ah, like it lets me do the things that I wanted to do, but I had fear that I couldn't. Like in my
Uh huh.
earlier story, I really wanted to stream. There was years where I just kind of was like, oh, I really wish I could go back, but I'm afraid. Like literally, I'm afraid that someone's going to just find me again, or I'm still on whatever list that was, and they're going to immediately appear, and they're going to start hating on me and ask me all those like very like inappropriate questions that they asked me, and it just kept me away.
Hmm.
But with this, I am a fox girl. Like I've streamed and not had as much hate. Like every now and then someone just goes, huh, blah, blah, blah. And they just say something like absolutely stupid. But I'm just like, eh. You're one a
Good.
month versus like 100 a day. I don't care. And it kind of gave me a thicker
Yeah.
skin.
Good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Damn. So, okay. Now that you're able to do that, are you having fun here?
Yeah, actually, like after I did the whole redesign and I'm a fox now, I feel
Mm-hmm.
way better. I'm not trying to hold myself to other people's expectations. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's why I didn't like it at the start, or I eventually stopped liking it and I felt burnt out, is because I was trying to be something I wasn't. And to your point
Mm-hmm.
earlier, if you are an entertainer, if you're yourself, if you're, someone that people gravitate towards, and, it's just like you can be yourself. Like I'm able to be myself right now way more than I would have with my old model. I would have felt like I had to act a certain way and speak a certain way. And, I should say blah, blah, blah. And I would fill in a box and it would drain
Mm.
me and just take away all my energy. But right now, it's like the chains are lifted. I can just do whatever I want because that's me. Like, who's to tell me I'm doing something wrong? I'm me. I'm the only one that can tell me that.
Real.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, it's good that you're actually
Oh, you cut out.
have that going for us. Hello?
You said it's good that you're and you cut out.
You're more comfortable now. Because burnout, oh god. I feel like that's like one of the most common factors why VTubers retire at this point, especially if you're an
Yes.
agency VTuber. Like most agency VTubers actually retire not because they're tired of their agency, it's actually because they're tired of VTubing in general. It's conforming to the perception that a lot of people have for you. I mean, hell, I can't imagine the amount of Nijisanji people that probably are experiencing a shit ton of burnout right now.
Yeah, I
So hey,
bet.
you're able to experience, you're able to get out of that hell. Good. You're one of the lucky ones.
Yes.
You're
That's
one
why
of the lucky ones.
that's why I try to make videos to help other people. It's like I kind of figured it out for myself. Maybe I can help somebody else figure it out for themselves.
Yeah. Good. So let's start with the thing, shall we?
Yes. Yeah. I
Okay,
of course
okay.
pulled up the first slide since we were talking about how we started. So I don't think the 1988 is legit, other than it being like Marty McFly or Doc Brown or heaven forbid Biff Tanner. That's the one result for 1988.
Wait. Actually, I can't. I don't think I can see it. Wait. Could you give me the thing on your on Discord? Like also stream it on Discord so I can see what you're looking
Oh,
at too.
yes. Let me see if I can make that happen.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Oh boy.
Oh, my subscription to Discord lapsed. I can only do 720p. Hopefully that's readable.
So, oh yeah, no, that's fine. This is fine.
Good. Yeah, there's
Okay,
like
okay,
one
okay.
person all the way to the left that's 1988, and that just happens to align with Back to the Future.
Oh, okay. I was about to say what?
Right?
It's like, yeah, I was about to say, is this a reference to the fact that technically the first VTuber, or like VTubing as its definition right now, was back in around 1991? Like, is that a reference there? Somebody's here has actually like done their research. Because like, here's the thing, like when we hear VTubers, a lot of people think virtual idols, even though
Yeah.
that's not necessarily what a VTuber is, right? But like that's the association people have with VTubing right now because of Hololive. So if we go by that metric, the first virtual idol, the first VTuber, actually started in around 1991 from Japan. It was this it's Ayano something. I forgot exactly the real name. Or maybe that was her daughter. And she was just a digital model, completely 3D, making music videos and shit. And it was super creepy.
Oh
Because like, you know,
no, I have to see this.
the technology of their time was not that like big and not that like great. So everything was all clunky, everything was all weird, it was kind of messy, but at the same time it was super endearing because you could see that these were just people trying to be like cute, right? It's so fucking cool. But not the same situation that we have anymore right now. So I feel like I felt like that was the reference, but oof. Okay.
And like my data nerdness is thinking, did they think that since the first question was, what is your age? Did they just default to the second one being, when were you born? Maybe they just kind of
Probably.
flubbed that. Because I don't think
Yeah.
1988 is legit. Like, I believe like the 2020 to 2021 and the spike afterwards makes perfect sense because of Kizuna Ai in 2016 and COVID, Ligma, whatever. I don't want to get like demonetized or anything. It's like 2019, 2020. And it makes sense because the boom happened and we were all locked in with nothing better to do. And that I believe, but not so much the 1988.
Yeah. There's actually a surprising amount of people who started off VTubing super early into the industry, like 2018, 2019. None of them are just really popular right now, even though they've been around for quite a while. It's kind of sad to think about, actually, the more I think about it.
Right? If they've
Like,
been around that
ooh,
long and like they're just still in the background.
yeah. Because at that point, I feel like part of yourself is gonna have to start saying it might have been a skill issue, right? Like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
God, like like the self-doubt creeps in. It's like, oh God, is this just not for me? Am I just super bad at this X, Y, and Z? Yeah. And to a certain extent, I don't want to be the harsh person here, but sometimes, yeah, a lot of people, I've met a lot of VTubers, Pan, that like they really want to make VTubing work,
Yep.
but it's clear that VTubing is not for them.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just I think it's the same with a lot of creative hobbies. Like,
no,
really
exactly.
like I wanted to be an artist. So I went to several conventions. I bought table space. I sat there, I made and sold merchandise, but at the end of the day, I broke even or a little less and like bills were at risk. So I had to pick something that actually paid my bills. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, that's just the sad reality of life, man. Not that I want to discourage anybody from pursuing what they want to do, though. Like, I'm just saying that, like, if we ever experience these sort of questions, you can either let it fester and make a decision out of that, or you can, like, quote, rise above. I suppose is the term for it. Yeah, it really
Yeah.
makes or breaks you, these sorts of situations. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Totally agree. And
20
go ahead.
2020, though, interesting. There's a
Like
surprising amount of people that say that they've been around since that time as well.
it kind of makes sense to me just because of the whole we're locked in and bored kind of thing. Like James said in the
Yeah.
chat, what people do when they're bored.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel like okay. 2021, that was definitely, like, I think the biggest boom of VTubing from a content creator standpoint. Boom in terms of the audience was in 2020, but like when a lot of VTubers joined VTubing was definitely in 2021. It kind of stagnated though. I wonder why that is. Okay, maybe not stagnated, stabilized is the right term for that. Would you think? Do you think?
I don't know. I feel weirdly disconnected, which is why you're like a perfect partner for this. Because I'm the kind that doesn't like typically watch a lot of other VTubers. I don't watch the
Mm-hmm.
famous ones. I've never really been somebody that like followed even famous actors. So I just kind of don't think about that. But
Oh,
like, I can make some guesses as to why it might have plateaued. Like with any kind of like, I'll use streaming in general as an example.
okay.
It's oversaturated, and people begin to
Mhm.
realize it's oversaturated, and just that thought alone, and even it being in like people's videos saying, "Oh, hey, this is oversaturated. It's hard to make a living," also discourages people. So that information gets out there, and it dissuades people that don't have as much, say, passion for giving it a shot. So that might be part of it, just from my outsider data analytic kind of view.
Oh yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I also think that part of it is also the fact that the VTubing industry as it is right now is so what's the term here? It's so focused in on the anime industry. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
beyond anime, like beyond that sort of thing, there's really nothing or nobody that like fits in, like that can join in, right? Like if you're not an anime fan, most likely you're not going to be a VTuber fan, right? Like stuff like
Yep.
that. I feel like that's probably a big reason, a big factor into it. Obviously, I'd like to think that that's not the case, but at the same time, like the reality is there. I feel like that's just the obvious thing going on. It is sad though. It is sad
It
because
is.
I think the industry will definitely get bigger from here on out.
I think it'll cap. At one point,
You
there's only,
think?
like, to your point, there's only so many anime fans in the world. So unless there's like a population boom or it gets more popular, I think it'll kind of hit a plateau eventually. I don't know when that'll be, mind you, but that's just kind of how my mind's thinking about it.
No, that makes sense. I'm just a little bit more optimistic that
Yeah.
it's gonna go beyond the VTubing niche. You know,
Yeah. I think they'll have to
that's
figure
what
out
I
how
think.
to pop that bubble and get outside because like I'll use old people as an example. They won't necessarily want to watch an idol, but they may want to go watch Taylor Swift just because they like the music and it's a human and they get a human, but they don't quite get a dancing anime girl.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Interesting. Yeah, no, I never really thought about that. Huh. Okay, okay, I'll keep that in
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, you're actually right though. Yeah, you're actually right. Okay.
Business fox to the
2024.
rescue.
Yeah. 2024, surprisingly not it plateaued. Not many indie VTubing joined. But I would like to think there's actually a shift. I feel like there's a lot more indie VTubers in 2024 than there were people that wanted to join a corporation. Just in lieu of the whole Nijisanji situation going
Yes.
on.
Yep.
100%, I think that's what's happening.
Totally agree on that.
That's what I think, though. I don't know how true that actually is.
It feels true. I would have to have
Yeah?
different kinds of data to give it a more validity to it, but it feels true. I even had to shut off all the news stuff to kind of mentally reset myself and not focus on all that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does get tiring. That's why I stopped covering, like, you know, Nijisanji stuff from happening. Like, at least not as excited as I know or I did back then. Because there was definitely a point in my time where I was Sanji. Like I was like on the I was out in 4chan and Twitter and all these places a lot. Like drooling at the mouth, waiting for the next Nijisanji yab to happen. And like,
Right.
you know, obviously that's kind of fucked up when you think about it. That's like weird. It's like, ooh, what am I doing? This is not that type of content I want to do. I mean, I still do it if like if any sort of criticism has to make sense or if something needs to be covered or X, Y, and Z. But like covering it as I used to, I definitely didn't. I started to not like doing anymore. So I
Yeah.
had that going for me. It's kind of weird, but hey, and we're here now, chat. We're here now.
Exactly. And that's what matters. Oh, and
Yeah.
we've talked 30 minutes on one slide and there's like a lot of
Oh
slides.
no.
So we probably
Oh
should
no.
keep going.
Okay, let's go. Let's keep going.
All right, let's go. Some of these will be super fast. Like this one is, did you have a debut or a re-debut? Yes or no? And
That's
it's,
a lot of yeses. Honestly, I'm surprised.
yeah.
But
Like
I guess it falls back. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. I was
No,
gonna
no,
say,
go
like,
ahead.
I really didn't even know what a debut was at the start. And then I re-debuted as my current model. And I thought that they were fun, but it's a lot of work. I don't know if
Yeah.
people like want like they go to somebody else's debut and they go, oh, that's really cool. I need one of those, and maybe that's the hype. So it's kind of a snowballing effect. The more people have them, the more people view them, the more people want them, so on and so forth.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, going back to what we were talking about in the whole re-debut thing, though, I feel like people just do it mostly because it's like one of the more fun aspects of VTubing. I feel like that's it.
Yeah. And plus, you're waiting for that new model, the update or whatever, and you're super excited and you want to share it. And that's how I felt. It was hard to keep the secret. I was just bursting at the seams to finally have that debut.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, we understand how what Iron Mouse feels like when it comes to not leaking anybody. Anybody is joining VShojo rather. Yep. Okay, next slide.
Oh,
Ito.
this
Oh,
one
what is
is the
this? Oh,
how old are you?
wow. That's a
Yeah.
lot of hags.
Yeah, it just
That
goes to
is a
show
lot of
that
hags.
like you don't have to be young to be a VTuber. And most people are like, oh, I can't compete with those youngins. I'm not gonna do it. But I think this kind of proves that you can. And there are people out there who are doing
Yeah.
exactly that. You don't have to be a certain age.
That's a lot of hags, bro.
Right?
Jesus
I was
Christ.
surprised how high the scale went, honestly.
Yeah. 16, that's actually the highest here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have a laser pointer. I can
Wow.
actually be fancy.
Wait, what?
I've got a laser pointer, like a
Oh,
big
you have a
red
laser
dot.
pointer. Oh.
All the cats are now
Reference.
after my screen now.
Hold on. Let me actually wait. Let me just. I'm here, bros. I'm going to make an announcement over
Okay.
in my Reddit. Announcement. Live
Hear
streams.
ye, hear ye.
Everyone. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's continue.
Yep.
So. Okay. Okay, we're set. We go back. Someone is at 58.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, it's like 56, I think. So it's close.
Oh.
You have to zoom
I
in a little
mean,
bit. Yeah,
there's a
that's
lot
56.
of yeah, there's a lot of old souls in this industry. Like, there's a surprising amount of people that watch it too. Like, I know that some of the whales, that some of the VTubers that I'm acquaintances with, are like super old. Like, I've seen 50-year-old whales that just straight up give VTubers hundreds and thousands of dollars. I mean,
Ooh,
to a
you need to
certain
introduce
extent,
me to them.
yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, it's like, hey, you know, thank you for the generosity, but when you're that like relatively old, is it wise you're spending money on quite cute anime women? Then
Right?
again, they are who they are, right?
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean they've probably been saving all their lives, got a 401k and shit, so they're okay spending 100 here and there.
Yeah. Hey, it's better spending your money on your entertainment and cute anime girls than gambling it away.
Exactly, or leaving it to your
It's like,
ingrate like children.
yeah, there's a lot of people that I know that just wasted their lives after saving that much money because of that. It's fucking insane. But yes. Oh yeah, my mod's here. Hi Pandora, welcome to the stream.
Oh, there's another Pandora.
I have another Pandora in in my chat. Yeah. Aside from you, I was like, oh yeah, there's another Pandora. Pandora
Yep,
Pan.
you have so many Pandoras in your life.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, there's also another VTuber that I know that's also named Pandora.
Oh no,
Yeah. Pandoraception,
I like
exactly.
that.
There's a lot of Pandoras. Anyway, what's the next slide?
The next one is, are you LGBTQIA plus? And that is a mouthful.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Like,
Most of the
go ahead.
yeah, most of I'm surprised there's a lot of indie VTubers that actually don't want to reveal that fact, and to a certain extent, I do actually get it. I do actually get it. That the fact that they're LGBT, rather, like, in Twitter, people broadcast it, but I've met more people that don't like to, that like are still closeted, rather than those who actually publicly declare that they are, unless they're being asked.
Yeah, and this kind of like climate, especially if you're in certain areas of the world, I completely get it. Being on it rather in that alphabet soup myself, and that's also the reason why I stopped doing like face cam streams, is just because of all the hate. I can imagine what
Mm-hmm.
it would be like now if I actually tried to do the exact same thing. So at first, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't quite understand why people would prefer not to answer, because it's an anonymous survey. I'm not putting anybody's. I don't even have anybody's names or emails. I can't put anything in there unless you gave me like your user ID or something in the comment at the end. But I get it now. Don't take chances. You don't know if this is really going to come back at you. So that makes sense now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the truth
Yeah.
right now.
Sadly.
Yep. Let's move on. Just in case it gets like, what is your gender identity?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm not surprised. There's a shit ton of female. What I am surprised is that's a shit ton of males.
Right?
Like, I shouldn't be surprised because there's a lot of wannabe VTubers that are males, but because this is a very female-dominated industry, they don't get as much success. But that's a lot of males. Holy shit.
I didn't expect it to be so close to the cisgender female. That was surprising.
Yeah.
Like I expected maybe a third, maybe a half at best, but that's super close. And I think at least, random thoughts off the top of my head, the more and more we see of the corpo VTubers that are male, the new gens of the male are encouraging to those who are, of course, male or presenting as male to go, you know what? I can do this too. And I think that's kind of pushing into it. But I don't know. What are your thoughts?
To a certain extent, yes. The success of Luxium back in 2022 during the Ninja Sanji days definitely pushed a lot of males to want to start VTubing and like role playing. That the idea of role playing is inherently very appealing to a lot of males, but some with more devious intentions than others. Like for example, right, like somebody wants to do VTubing or do role playing because they want to like sack ERP. They used to be from fucking I don't know, like VR chat, and they used to flirt with a lot of girls there and think they can do the same thing here. I mean, that's why there's a stereotype. Yeah, no, exactly. I don't know if you know this, but there's a stereotype among many male VTubers that a bunch of them are just creepy weirdos that just wants to like sexually harass other women.
Oh,
because
they're fedora wearing bastards.
Yeah, no, exactly. And they can like hide the fact that they are
boy.
that within the confines of a hot anime male avatar.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right? Yeah. And like
incel VTubers.
To a certain extent, I do understand why that what's the term there? That stigma is there, because there's been a lot of male VTubers over the past 4 years that have outed themselves as like actual sexual predators, Pan.
Yeah.
Like it's actually insane.
I covered that a little bit, so I know a few of the sex pests out there you're talking about.
Oh shit, really? Okay, so I don't need to further give you examples then. Yeah, there's a lot. There's too many in this industry, and that's why like my male VTuber bad is so common. It's such a common sentiment, even among male VTuber fans, because like when you have that stigma going on, and the main audience of the industry are parasocial males, you might not want people like that around your Oshis. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh yeah, I did a video on parasocial stuff too. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And people, they intentionally create that. I've noticed, like, especially if I'm watching Reddit, there's these posts that are just like baiting people in to try and get them into this parasocial relationship to up their viewer count, donation count, whatever they're trying to get. And at least that's how I perceive it. Like, like what would you do to me on a Saturday night or whatever the stupid post is?
You're right. You're right though. They do make that. It does happen. They do make that on purpose because they know that's what makes them money.
Yeah.
For the longest time, that's what VTubers made money. Like pretending to be your girlfriend or like closer to you, like feeding into the parasocial thing, which is it tackles a whole conversation on whether or not, like conceptually, if that's a bad or a good thing for society, right?
Yeah.
But
you could use it for good and you could use it for evil, like any kind of anything in the world. But some people may not have the best intentions.
True. Most VTubers are only there for your money, chat. I'm gonna break the illusion. I'm gonna break the illusion. Yeah, no, I'm not there for your money. I'm here for I'm here to have fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're here to have fun. I'm here to bring some
I have no qualms about making money. I'm doing this because I want to.
Yeah, but if you could, there my donation box.
I'm gonna pass around the collection plate chat. Just pass it on to the
Yeah.
person to your left.
Yeah, no, exactly. Uh, anyway, yeah, they have that going for us, which is half great, half not.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the next on the list?
The next one, or
Where
what are your
goes?
goals? Yes, as earning
Oh,
money as a
hey,
VTuber, which feeds right into what we were talking about.
yeah,
It's
holy
like we
shit,
knew
that
this
was
was
so
coming.
smooth. Not scripted, by the way, just in case
No,
some people's gonna accuse us. That's interesting. Wow.
right?
Okay,
I'm
I'll
worried
dual
for
wield.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
people
go
I'm
ahead.
worried about because that means that they're going to have a normal full-time job doing whatever and then full-time VTubing. And then to your point earlier, if the indies are burning out because of all the stuff that's expected of them, these people are just going to just incinerate, like absolutely just burst into flames.
Yeah, at the same time, I do think that like some people definitely want to just relax at work after work, and VTubing is their way to do it. I know quite a few VTubers that actually use VTubing as like their release from work, like their break, because unsurprisingly, there's a lot of VTubers out there that are super lonely that don't really have anybody in their lives, so they see chat as their only person to talk to after a rough time at work or something.
Yeah.
It does happen. It does happen. VTubing actually became popular off of the backs of hikikimoris,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And
The
so
shut-ins.
like yeah, shut-ins. It started off for when shut-ins started being anime girls to appear to other shut-ins, and then other shut-ins came in, and it also bred more shut-ins and attracted more shut-ins. Yeah,
Oh, no.
we're a shut-in circle jerk.
It's a
We did
hikikomori magnet.
exactly. I think that's what's happening right now. Let's see. I don't care if I earn any money as a VTuber. Yeah, I do also know a few people that also have the same sentiment, so not surprising there. I want this to be a full-time job and my only source of income. Ooh.
Yeah, right. That's difficult.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a good
I'm
goal,
so
and
sorry.
more power to you if you can do it. But it's difficult in any creative field.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. I don't know how you can go about doing that without burning yourself off, but you gotta prepare for it.
Yep.
Prepare in the sense that you're most likely not gonna, you know, quote, succeed if you don't study this industry as well as other people have.
Yeah, and I did a video.
Yes.
I think it was one of my last ones actually about how much you would have to make, at least according to like U.S. tax brackets and income brackets, to actually be out of poverty and into middle
Oh,
class, and from middle class into upper middle, et cetera, et cetera. And the numbers were pretty surprising because
yeah.
I think people count too much on the random, like those whales you mentioned, just throwing $100 your way. That's probably going to be once in a while unless they're absolutely addicted to you. And then maybe if they become a steady enough income, you can count it. But you can't really rely on those random donations of $1 or two, 10 here and there. You only have to
Mm,
rely on what you know you're going to get for that month. So subscriptions. People will subscribe to you. You will get that same amount every month until they don't subscribe. So that's the only income you can count on. It's like going to work and making like $10 per month and then really hoping that people give you money here and there throughout your day for a good job. And it's just not a solid way to live.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a There's a reason why this is a very cutthroat industry, bros.
Yeah.
You can't like what she says, you can't count on it. You shouldn't count on it, and if you do, um probably not gonna have a fun time.
No, and always have
Probably
a
not.
backup.
Yes, 100%. Have a backup. Have a backup. Always have a backup. There's a lot of people that came in here that are relatively stable that started VTubing off not expecting money because it's just a hobby for them.
Yep.
Or maybe they got like rich parents or something like that, which is no shame, but I suppose that would be where the some money would be nice category comes from, which is like the overwhelming majority. That's pretty fucking huge.
Yeah, I
Some,
count myself in that bucket. Like, I have a day job. It makes me an okay amount. I am comfortable. If I make something like while I'm being a VTuber, wonderful. Will it ever
Mhm.
replace my full-time job? I highly doubt it. Unless I just happen to get like mad popular for some reason and all the whales are attracted to me and I just happen to be singing that whale song and draw them in.
Yeah. No, I getcha. It's something that a lot of us want. Oh god, God knows I'd like to have my own whale, but knowing, you know, I don't get into the I'm not into the parasocial part of
No,
VTubing. I can't.
no,
I
I would feel
unfortunately
bad.
can't.
I just can't. That's why I couldn't be the previous me I tried to be. It's just not me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But hey, we're here now. And we're
Yes,
good. So it's fine.
absolutely.
Anyway. Yes. Anyway. Next slide. Do you currently earn money as a VTuber? Oh yeah, no, this is definitely an issue that indies experience too much.
And it's also a
Most
little up
of
to interpretation because it depends on what they consider money. Do they consider money even a penny, or do they consider money like
like
enough, whatever enough is in their mind?
yeah, yeah. Probably I'm going to assume that this means like financial stability. Like, it's enough. That's a lot of no's.
It is.
Jesus. That's
It's
a
not surprising, but it's sad.
yeah. A lot of indies that I know also um started off. Oh, okay, maybe not started off. A lot of the indies that I know also pretty much like what's the term there? Like they are from Southeast Asia or like other non-American third world countries, right? So maybe that may skew the factor here a little bit. Do you have a slide where it explains where they're from, what country they're from?
Nope. That was requested in the comments, which I'll probably add next year. And I need to move away
Oh,
from Google Forms because it kind of caused me problems. But it'll let me ask stuff like that way easier and less cumbersome. But yeah, that'll be a next year.
okay, yeah, definitely. Let me know if you need promotion for that thing. I'll definitely do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, like, yeah, I'd like to study this industry a lot more. This is one of them. Okay, so we have that going for us. What about the others? Is this USD?
Yes. Yes. I asked in the question, like, consider it USD. That way, at least I had a baseline. Because if everybody was in different currencies, it would skew the data horribly.
Hmm. So, like, the 50, is this a month or?
Yeah, this is considered in a month. Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. This is K, right? Like, 35 to 50K?
No.
Or. Oh,
Yeah,
these are dollars?
these are dollars. Yes.
These are just. Oh, I
These
thought
are
like
just
1 to
dollars.
10K. I thought like 1 to 10K. I was like, oh, that's a lot of money for an indie. Like,
Unfortunately, no.
oh,
It's
okay. Oh my god, that made me depressed now. Oh, okay. It seems like most people are like relatively financially stable, I don't have to worry
right.
about them. It's like, oh. Okay. Okay, never mind. Damn,
Yeah,
that actually genuinely sucks.
it does, but it also goes back to the oversaturation we were talking about before, because there's only so many people that will watch, and then there's a fraction of those that would donate, spread out across how many thousands of VTubers available at any given time. There's not enough to really focus in and make a solid living unless you
Yeah.
have some kind of a breakout and people really are attracted to you. And even there's a couple that are above 1,000 in this. I think it went up to like maybe 1,700, 1,800. But even them, $1,000 a month, that's below the poverty line in the US.
Oh. So
Yeah.
wait, in the US, if you make above 1,000, you're basically above it.
No, you have to make, I think it's $30,000 a year to be able to be like considered middle class. It's the line between the two. So
So it's
this would
around like
be like 1,200.
0.4K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,200 a month?
Yeah. If this was like $1,000 a month times the 12 months, that would be $12,000 rather. Sorry. and then that would be not even half of the way out of poverty.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's depressing. Never mind.
It is.
Wow.
My how to make money as a VTuber ended up having some rather depressing comments. Like, well, I'm good with poverty, I guess. Yeah.
Uh,
It's realistic. I don't want people to have these lofty goals and dreams and not really understand how to plan for it, because you need to know what you're doing and what you're after and what numbers you need to hit. So that was the intent behind the video, but it also is kind of a, a cold bucket of water to the head when you see these numbers.
yep. The few hyper successful successful ones give the impression of VTubing being super lucrative.
Yep.
Oh, it's because streaming in general is super lucrative. And if you're a streamer that is super, like, you encourage a lot of parasocial stuff, yeah, no, it definitely does. It definitely is super lucrative, though. But only for, like, the top 0.1%, most likely. And I feel like that's part of that dream is the reason why people get hooked into VTubing as well.
Yep. I really like relate it to any kind of creative field, like a musician. There's that whole trope of, like, put down that guitar, go get a real job. You're not going to make it. Or like with art, stop being an artist. You're not going to make enough money. You're just going to be poor. Go be a doctor. Or because parents do that, and it's because they probably have tried it themselves and they know it's not easy. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the same with this. You see the people who succeed and don't realize that they're less than 1% if you counted every single VTuber Indian corpo. And then that's a very low success rate.
It is.
Yeah.
It's super. Man, this is depressing.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's like, wow. It's like we got sometimes people need to hear this. People always talk about how VTubing is this good and cool thing, and then
yep, that everything's
fucking
sunshine
waste.
and rainbows, and yeah.
And the sad part is a bunch of VTubers also, like, when they learn what it takes to become a successful VTuber, like, let's say they hear Shiley's story about how she spent like a shit ton of money for her re-debut. They think that's the strat. They follow it to a T, and then like they waste like 10 grand for a fucking debut that nobody watches. It's like, oh my god, bro.
Yeah,
it's sad. That is super
so sad.
even.
And they expect like a return on that. They're like, you know what? If I, like you said, this is exactly the strat to do. If I spend 10K, I'm going to get 30K back. And yeah, let's go. I'm one of those money TikTok bros now, apparently. But yeah, you just got to believe me. Follow me on TikTok for more advice on financial stuff with VTubers. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and that's sad.
It is.
People shouldn't do that, but they do. These fucking, like, never mind. I'm not going to speak anymore.
Yeah, it's easy to believe in dream.
Yeah. Next slide.
Yes.
What is your current VTuber status? Indie.
Yep.
Yeah, that was what I expected as well. Mostly, I expected a lot of people here to be indies, which is still a good metric to have. Like, I'm not expecting this metric to this census to like represent all of the. It's still interesting to hear a lot of indies, the perception of a lot of other indies. So, okay.
Yeah, if I got a corporate result on this, I would have been very skeptical. But
yeah. I wonder if anybody can do that though.
It's anonymous. Oh, this one is: would you join a group or company if given the chance?
Not interested in either. That's a lot. Yeah, right? I suppose that I'm not surprised after the whole Selen termination thing. Yes, company. Okay. Yes, either. Yes, group. That's a lot of groups. So, I actually kind of advise not joining VTuber groups, because when you think about what a VTuber group is, it's a clique. Yeah. Right? And people in their cliques are already gonna have people that they're already best friends with, and you're going to come across as like an outsider if you do that. And there's nothing stopping you from stopping everybody from excluding you. The same thing happens in a company as well, but at least in a company, like there's like duty to be performed, right? From their perspective and yours. Like you're not beholden to them, you're beholden to the company. But when you join a group,
Yep.
you're gonna feel like you're beholden to the fuck because you joined them. Yeah, I'd advise against it. But you know, anybody, you do you if you want to do that.
Yeah.
That's just what I've seen,
Like
which is not a universal experience.
my take on the groups is it's probably not going to set you up for success. Like I'm very business minded. I've been in the corporate world for many, many years. So my brain is kind of tampered with that thought in mind. So to me, if like me and a few friends got together and were like, hey, we're a group now and we're going to support each other. And okay, well, what does everybody bring to the table? Oh, we just all like to stream and play games and have fun. We're just a friend group, not a VTuber group at that point. So if you want to be a group and you want to be serious about it, everybody needs to have a role. This person's good at social. This person is good at making thumbnails and art. And, you know, everybody has to contribute something. If we're just a group of friends, that's fine if you want to do that. But don't expect yourselves to like compete with other more serious groups that have that kind of a plan.
Yeah, no, true, exactly. Which is something that currently does not happen in VTubing groups right now. Unless you're in like, you know, let's say VDere or something like that, which I think is transitioning into more so a VTuber agency than a group now, which is cool, definitely cool, but it's just interesting to see a lot of these places develop into something like that when they realize that they actually do need to be more than just friends in this industry, right? Because who's the leader when you're like, imagine though, right? Like, who's the leader?
Yeah.
Who's gonna make the calls? Who's gonna organize the content? Like, damn, it's a whole
Yep.
logistical nightmare.
It's like you making an idol group. Who's the center? Like who's the face of the
Exactly.
group? And yeah, everybody wants to be the face. So there's a lot of stuff you'd have to agree on. So it's tricky to make. Not impossible, but don't just go, hey, we're a group. We're going to succeed just because we're a group, because other groups succeed. And that's not how it works, unfortunately. It's a little bit businessy. If you're not cut out for businessy kind of things, then yeah, maybe just stick to being the awesome friend group that you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Nope,
Nothing
not at
wrong with
all.
that. It's just
Exactly.
you're not going to probably find that much success if you do. That's all.
Yeah, you just got to be clear on your purpose. If you just want to have fun, hang out with your friends, absolutely do that. 100%. It's what I do. I don't have any kind of notions that we're going to immediately rocket to the sky just because we're a band of friends. You know, it's just not how that works. I just have no delusions of that. But if I wanted to get serious, I would form a group that everybody had particular roles.
True. So true.
Yep.
So real. Yep. Next two.
Yeah, this one's a little bit surprising to me.
Really? You think
Yeah.
so?
I looked at the
Why?
prior in 2022 when Yam did the last one. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to. Hollow was the top one by a good bit, but in this one, VShojo is like killing them. That's why it's surprising to me. And even one of my friends, when I was talking about the Census just via Discord, she's like, "Oh, I bet Hololive's on top." I'm like, "Actually, let me send you a picture of the slide." That
Yeah.
surprised her.
I'm not surprised that Hololive is no longer the top. Because right now, after the whole Nijisanji debacle, right? Like VShojo started getting like Matara, Kuro started getting um Michi or Mika, right? They've shown themselves to be way more capable of making talents happy than any traditional general industry. But what I think what most people don't understand is that the reason why those people were successful in the first place was because they were already big. If you're a nobody indie, you are. It's in your best interest to join Hololive or Nijisan. Well, more Hololive than Nijisanji, right? Like it's in your best interest to join agencies that actually what's the term there? Agencies that actually have an audience that will throw you money if you're not already big. right? In V Shoujo, that just doesn't work in V Shoujo, especially in the climate that they have right now. They're trying to change that by changing how they see things, how they do things. But as it stands, not really right now. But I do get why that perception is still there. It's people want to be the next Matara Khan. People want to have the same success story as Michi. People want to see get treated the same way a lot of the V Shoujo girls are creative. Because in terms of a company that treats their talents the best, V Shoujo definitely is the top. Like they deserve that reputation. They've been doing it for years now. So I'm not surprised about this. I just don't think a lot of people are thinking about this, you know? Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I think at least.
Yeah, I worry about those like in a few slides back that said that they would join anybody. Like I wouldn't recommend that. If you think about it as like a job, which is exactly what it will be if you get accepted and you become someone's like talent in an agency, that's exactly what it's going to be. You're not going to be able to, just be as casual as you like. They have expectations of you. It's like saying, you know what? I'm out of high school. I'm out of college. I'm just going to take any job. You would not take just any job. You wouldn't go like sling like horse manure for low pay or something like that just because you wanted a job. You should treat this the same way. To your point with VShojo, they have a good reputation for a good reason. And it's the same thing as if you're looking for a company that you want to join out in the real world. You do some research. You figure out, are they treating their employees well? Do they have a good rating, et cetera, et cetera? Do they have good policies? Have they been in the news for bad things lately, et cetera? You have to treat it like a real life thing. You don't just go, you know what, there's these agencies. If I'm in one, I'm going to be super happy. We've seen that with a lot of the drama that is not the case. So
Yep.
Not all things are equal.
Exactly. Not all things are equal. Couldn't put that better myself. Oh God. So basically, chat, be smarter when it comes to these sort of decisions. You can't just make them up on the spot. You really need to think about them.
Yep. Otherwise, you're going to be going door to door asking people to buy a random service. That's not the job you want. People don't like you.
Exactly. Anyway, next one.
Yeah. This one's, how old is your VTuber?
Oh. Okay. 1,000 plus, huh?
Right.
We're gonna lean on that joke, I suppose. We're gonna lean on that joke. Well, at the same time, it's true though. Like, I suppose I get it to a certain extent. I get it because it's yeah. Okay, buddy. Moving on. I don't really have any about this. It's
Are
like,
we
okay,
talking
yeah.
like 1,000-year-old lolly demon characters? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's like, oh yeah, no, you fucking 200-year-old vampires.
Oh, there's so many memes on that one.
Yes, because it's true though. There's
it is.
VTubers that want to do that, but at the same time, it's because it's funny. Well, at least a lot of the time, it's funny. What's the next one?
Gender of VTuber.
Cisgender oh god, that's a lot of cisgender. I sometimes forget that that's a lot of things.
Yep.
But the end, how about your VPimper? Oh hey, that's a secret project nobody should know yet.
What? VPimper?
Nothing.
I need to know about this.
Nothing.
Teehee.
You didn't hear anything. Teehee. You didn't hear anything. Teehee.
La 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 la. Pluck my ears. I heard nothing.
Exactly. Anyway, let's move on. Oh god, I'm sick.
And this next one, I pulled a little wizardry off in Excel to be able to cross-reference what people chose as their like gender in real life versus their character's gender. And those tall peaks are when they line up. So like in cisgender female, the tall peak is 55 people that also had a cisgender model. So most people are picking the gender that they identify with as their model. There are a few that like kind of cross the boundaries, but for the most part, people stay within their own comfort zone, I guess.
Hold on, I want to.
I need to have a little
That's
thinking hand that I can put up on you when you do that.
So what does the whole thing? Hold on. So what does it mean if it's low?
If it's low, like I'll use my laser pointer and be fancy. If the cisgender male won, it means that somebody picked something else. Let's say that they are actually somewhere in the miscellaneous category, but their model is a cisgender male. So it's a mismatch between what they are in the real world and what they identify with versus what they've chosen as their VTuber model.
I see. Okay. Okay, I think I get it. Huh. I guess people are just more comfortable with depicting who they themselves are.
I mean, it makes sense.
Curious.
I mean, you see yourself in the mirror every day. So you're like, you know what? I'm a cisgender male. I want to go make a VTuber. I'm probably going to make a cisgender male because that's me. That's what I identify as. So it makes sense to me. Like I would fall in this bucket and that, but then I would come over here because I don't publicly advertise because I'm like, I'm me. If people figure stuff out, that's fine. I don't care. But like, I don't know. I don't know if I would be like adding to this bucket here, making it a little taller, or if I would be over here. So it just depends on your own kind of vision of how things line up in the terms that you kind of identify with. But yeah,
I actually wouldn't. Like, I feel like if I was I would actually be unironically one of those not lollibabas. What's that? Chat. What's that thing where you're a man pretending to be a girl?
A femboy? Somebody said femboy? No.
No, not a trap. Well, I mean, IRL, that's trap. But I would probably be one of those. Because okay. So, in my opinion, VTubing as a medium allows you to be anything that you want to present yourself as, and if you're more comfortable showing with as you are in your VTubing character, that's fine. But I feel like that's not using the extent, right? Like, I feel like if you have the possibility to be able to be who you are or who you want rather, then you can be anything. So I'll be, I don't know, a fucking 1,000-year-old cat. Well, not a cat. You know what I'm a little rabbit creature right now.
Right.
Reason. And I even gave myself a female model instead of a male model. Yeah. I feel like that's the way to do it. Obviously, not a universal thing. People do what they want. It's just that, yeah, use the limits of VTuber. That's all I'm saying. Oh God, I'm sick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Was the word you were looking for Bobby Niku? Because
Bobby Niku. Yes. Bobby Niku.
Chat came through for us.
Oh shit! Wait, YouTube chat or Twitch chat?
YouTube chat.
Oh wait, where's your YouTube chat? Can I see your YouTube chat? Hold on.
Probably. Let me see if I can pop it out and give you a link to it.
Pandoramonium. Oh, here we go. I see it.
You got it? Okay.
I got it. Womp womp.
Womp womp. Chat's been really active, which is pretty cool. Sorry I haven't been able to really reply to you guys, but we're talking a lot.
Babiniko Dian Doko. Hey, people know. I don't need to hide it. Let's move on.
Absolutely. And this one is, what is your primary model type?
Your primary model type. So, going back to what we were about earlier, I do support the fact that if you're going to be a VTuber, I think the best way to start that is to actually be a PNG tuber.
Yes.
I think that's the best way to start in this industry. And I think you should stick by that thing for quite some time. like, like just start off very slowly, very easy, and you will be fine. As long as you're as long as you're an entertaining streamer, you will be fine. Even as a PNG tuber, you will still. I mean, obviously, maybe I'm not the best example to a bunch of VTubers that you now start. Although pre-made assets also work. Isn't that popular as well? Yeah. But custom is also fine if you want to have your own thing. 3D is interesting though. 3D. Isn't that more expensive though? Right? It's more expensive, right?
Yeah, for my research, it's a good bit more expensive. Like you can go cheap, but if you want something on par with a good live 2D model, you're spending more money.
Yeah, probably not. I would probably not rather. Okay. What's next see on the list?
Oh, quick before we move on, kind of like what you said earlier about throwing $10,000 at the wall just because you think that's the strat. It's being the PNG tuber first is highly recommended in so many of my videos, just because you don't know if you're going to like VTubing. You see this happening on your screen and someone else is the one doing it and they're successful and they're doing something you see as fun, but maybe when you start, it's not fun for you or something else comes along that you like more. And if you've already spent that $10,000, you're not getting that back. You might be able to, say sell your model to someone else, but you're probably not going to make all of that back. But if you spend just a little bit of money on a PNG tuber and you decide it's not for you, hey, you've only spent maybe $50, $300, something along those lines versus $10,000. So it's just a way easier way to get into it. And plus there's so many YouTubers that aren't really VTubers that just have a picture that has different expressions that they change periodically throughout their video. Like I listen to a lot of D&D stories. Crit Crab is an example. Den of the Drake is an example. They just are pictures on the screen that changes their expression. No fancy, switching between. Just I'm happy, now I'm sad, now I'm concerned. That's it. So you don't, to your point, need anything fancy. You can have a lot of followers and viewers and make money, and you don't have to have any of that.
And it works still.
Yep, exactly.
It works. Yes. Moving on.
Yeah,
How'd you get your primary model?
Yes.
That's a lot of self-mades. Wow.
Right?
I feel like I should have expected that, but I'm still surprised.
Yeah, and it encompasses all model types. So people might be making their own PNG tubers here. They might be making their own 3D or live 2D. So it can be so much of anything. I am now thinking I should have cross-referenced that to see how much of what falls into each bucket. That's a note for me for next year.
Damn.
Right?
Wow. Me, to be fair, I also my first PNG was also self-made, but god damn, that's a lot.
That's a lot, which is very encouraging. Maybe not so much for those who are out there selling their services, but I like that. I mean, that's how I started. I'm glad to see others are kind of following in their same kind of footsteps.
I feel like that should be the way to do it. Again, looping back to what that you're gonna being, and you just self-made. In fact, the less money you spend, the better. In fact, even probably use that model to get your budget of a better PC or something. That would probably be good for you more long term rather.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what I think.
If you don't end up being a VTuber, that computer is still going to be useful to you. So definitely spend it on the stuff that's more long term. And using a free public use model is not a bad thing either. I know it's the smallest block on here, but there's so many different routes that you can take that don't have any buy-in, that let you try something out completely for free, because more than likely you've got the computer, you probably have a webcam and all that basic stuff that you need. You just need a model to use. So you can just buy a cheap one or a free use one or something like that. Very low bar.
Yes. So yeah, chat. Don't waste your money. Spend your money wisely, my friend. Anyway.
Yep.
Going on.
And then what types of models do you own?
Yeah, again, not surprised from the whole thing. Wait, is this not the same question as last time?
There was one for primary model, and this was is encompassing if you own more than one, because like you might
Oh,
have a PNG tuber and a live 2D version, and you might use both depending on like right now we had trouble with live 2D actually letting us collab, so you're a static PNG right now, so you kind of have
yep, yep.
another model and things like that for backup. So that's where all of that would fall into.
I see, I see. That's a lot of custom 3D models for a lot of it. I'm
Right,
surprised. Why are people jumping into 3D as I mean, I guess I'm going to assume that they're from VR chat and that's how they've
right,
always YouTube it. Probably
probably.
that. But yeah, but like normally it's ill-advised you do. Like just don't, bro. Save your money. Not a good
Yes,
plan.
invest wisely.
Yep, yep, yep. What's the next?
And how much did
How
you
much did you
spend for
spend?
it?
Uh, good that most of these are zero. That means
Yeah.
if you're an indie VTuber, I would, or you're small and you don't want to make too much of a big splash, or you're not interested in making too big splash. You can get a good model for um, that's with rigging. 10K though,
Right,
as
there's
an
a couple in
indie.
there.
Oh my god, bro! What are you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm not. I'm trying. It's just baffling to me that a person would like spend that much money. Like,
Oh,
oh my god.
I'm hopeful here that maybe they've been doing it for quite some time. They know that they like it. They have upgraded their model or something along those lines versus somebody that's just starting out throwing down their wallet and just saying, gimme.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna choose. Yeah, I hope that's the case, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's an
Obviously, again,
investment, like chat said too. Like if they really are passionate about it and they really want to go at it, really want to throw their whole self into it, it could be an investment. So, but it's a lot.
yeah,
It's a lot.
it's still a lot. Yeah, but hey, I'll choose to believe that that's the situation that you have right now.
Yep.
Because goddamn,
We
goddamn, indeed,
we
I do
wish you
hope
all
you
the
get.
best.
Yeah, I do hope it becomes worth it in the end.
Yes.
Oh boy. Anyway, next so.
Oh, I actually had a little bit of math on the side for the notes. Like
Math?
for this 10K here, if we
Uh-huh.
consider like earlier the slide of how much do you earn per month, the top one was 1,500, and if we take that as like one of these people, and it goes back to they're still below the poverty line, or it would take them like about 17 years to pay that off. Something like that. It would be like
Ooh.
$50 monthly and 17 years to pay it off if that's all they were doing basically. So you have to think about the
Ooh.
investment versus the return.
E.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Math can be your friend or it can be not your friend.
I'm bad at math. That's why I'm a VTuber. Or rather, I'm a content creator. I just stay away from math.
I cannot
Yep, yep,
run
yep.
away from math. It's like all of my days, whether I
You
like it or
can?
not.
Oh,
No, because
yeah.
of my
Okay.
job.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Damn. I wish you the
I've got
I
used
wish
to
you the
it.
best, buddy. Yeah, I wish you the best, buddy. I hope it's gonna be fine for you long term and everything.
So far, it's working out. I got to do this with my math.
Yeah, yeah. It's still a skill, right?
It
So
is.
we gotta use those skills. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what's next?
Tracking hardware. What do we use?
Yeah, okay, so this is good. I'm glad that nobody are using iPhones. I like very few people are using iPhone for tracking software because you really don't. You just need a webcam. You really just need a webcam. That's what I've been using for quite some time until now when chat donated me that's when I got an iPhone. But aside from yeah, oh my webcam, like a cheap $10 webcam. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, you don't need anything fancy. I've said it time and again in my videos as well. Like the the financial bar of entry can be extremely low because more than likely you have most of this stuff. And a lot of people
Yep,
just
yep.
have an iPhone naturally these days. So if you have that and it's just maybe buying the app for $14 or something like that, if you really want all of that extra like tracking and such, but you don't need it. A webcam works perfectly fine. You don't have to strap your iPhone to the top of your monitor or anything weird. So you can just keep it simple.
So true. So real. Let's go.
And how much did you pay for that tracking hardware?
Good. 2,000. Bro, what did you spend on?
Probably the 3D people, right? With all the
$2,000?
tracking and the pucks
Yeah,
and all
like
that.
Vive and shit. Oh my
Yeah, like
god.
Slime VR.
Oh my god, bro. I hope you've bought it before you wanted to become a VTuber.
Right,
It's
like you just
genuinely
had
just
it.
a hobby. Yeah. Like some people it does happen that does happen before them. So like they spend a lot of money on it. I know a lot of shit for VR chat and they're just there to have fun.
Yeah.
Just there to have fun. The end being bad at math despite gambling. Hey man, that's why I gamble, so I don't think about math. That's the strat.
Just let the dealer tell you if you won or not.
True, exactly. That's what most people do.
It's what
What
they're
am I, an
paid
idiot?
for, right?
Yeah. Damn.
Let them do their damn
Wait.
jobs.
Who's next on the list?
This one is software. What software do you use? Which, unsurprisingly, VTube Studio is the
VTube
number one by
Studio.
quite far.
Yep. What a guy that made this. It just made everything better. Yes, yes.
Yeah, and until that came along, I think there was just like not so many VTubers. But with that, it just kind of opened up the door for so many people that could just suddenly do it that couldn't do it before. So it was a huge game changer.
It was. It truly actually was. I don't know about. Wait. Yeah, actually, yeah. I was trying to remember what people used to use back then.
What was before it? I don't even know.
Was it the actual Live 2D app? Or it was like. It was MMD? Miko Miko Dance? Or it was. Yeah, I know. I actually genuinely forgot. Fuck me.
Oh. And chat
Oopsie.
pointed out, like, what is honk? I didn't know, and I left it in. I didn't
What's
know if
honk?
it was real. Somebody put, well, actually, two people put honk. So I'm like, it must be real. Two people put honk, so it's got to be something for real, right?
Oh, okay. I see it.
No idea.
Oh, yeah. PRPR Live. Yes, that was what a lot of people used to use back then. Yes, yes. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Okay, so we have that going for us. Good. How about the others?
The others I grouped together like onesie, twosie, random one-off things that would make this chart absolutely unreadable.
I see, I see. Okay. No need there then. How about the okay. Let's go next.
Do you use
you
a
use a
voice
voice
changer?
changer?
Yeah. This one's new this year. It wasn't on any of the prior ones. Someone recommended it, and I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Do you use a voice changer? I would definitely use a voice changer if I was a lolly not. It would be like an inside joke though. Like everybody knows that I'm a Bobby. Yeah. It would be very funny. Well, executed properly, it would be very. Yeah. The End Femboy arc. Yeah, I've been shitposting about that, bro. I've been shitposting a lot about being a chat. Actually, it's insane. I can't escape the allegations anymore. It's my fault anyway. Anyway, what's next?
Yep. I might actually make a video on the voice changer stuff because
Yeah.
I tinkered with a few because there was a point, like I keep coming back to this point where I'm not super happy with my voice, and I'm like, you know what, technology, and I've played around with it. I'm like, you know what, I should do this, but then I came to terms with like it's me. People either like me or don't like me, and that's it. and plus it's a lot easier on my CPU if I don't use like an AI voice changer. But I know a lot about the technology, so I didn't mean to go to next. But I figured I could make a video on it and show people how to use it if they really want to use it.
I'm curious about how it works, though.
Yeah, like I will do a video somewhat soon. I've got a list, but yeah, I'll include some of the normal stuff as well as you can do AI voice changing for free on your own computer if the computer's strong enough, of course. And it's a fairly simple install, and there's so many models that people have made to where you can sound like, I even used it in one of my other videos. I sounded like SpongeBob and Patrick and Mr. Krabs, and I made them sing Mr. Roboto at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen Glorb? Have you seen Glorb's videos? Music videos?
No, I haven't.
SpongeBob raps thing.
Oh God, I gotta watch
where
this
they use
now.
like an AI. Bro, they're fucking insane. It's so good, honestly. Like when you hear SpongeBob, oh shit, Glorb, 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 Glorb. This Glorb right there.
I am writing that down now. I gotta find my pen.
Yeah, Glorb. Glorb.
Glorb.
Oh God.
Got
Their
it.
songs are a banger. Okay, what's next?
This one is
Pandora.
what voice changer do you use if you use one? And this graph is kind of flipping me off, not gonna lie. Oh, that real-time voice changer AI is the one that I was talking about that you can get for free, install on your computer, and then run all that stuff. So 2 people are actually using it.
2 people are actually using it.
Mm-hmm.
Curious. Okay. I'm just curious about these sorts of things. It's interesting. I say a lot. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just like looking at stats and then musing to myself. Okay. Let's move on.
Right, this is the one that you really liked in our first
conversation.
Yeah!
Oh my God, bro. Okay, so a lot of you people, especially if you're like a VTuber fan, would not be surprised about the biggest things that are in here. Unsurprisingly, Demon Girl, Cat Girl, Eldritch Abomination, Dragon are the top most like wanted stuff. Like duh. Fucking duh. Like I don't know. I feel like a lot, obviously no hate to the people that are in here, right? But I'm starting to think a lot of us needs to be a bit more, what's the term there? A bit more original, no? Maybe let's not. I know that Cat Girl and demons and Eldritch stuff and dragons are like the best ways to go about it. And like they're the most popular tropes, but come on. It's overplayed. It's like the up 10th fantasy anime with a demon and a hero with a whole sword or shit like that. It gets tiring. Please change. Get some help.
No, I need to splice in that was it Michael Jordan? Get some help.
Yeah,
whenever we edit this.
No flaming though. Well, maybe a bit of flaming. You all need to get some originality.
It's
not to
difficult.
be fair. Maybe I don't have any. Yeah, it is difficult. I agree, and maybe I don't even actually tell people to be original. A derivative. Omega Alpha from HoloLens. Maybe you know what? Maybe I shouldn't shit talk. Maybe that's all. Teehee. Maybe. I'll still flame you for it. Not you specifically, but like people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to be original in an oversaturated market, especially when like if we use this word jumble as kind of law, if we assume this is 100% true, then like how do you stand out as a cat girl? Well, you have to add, like the way I kind of thought about my character is like the more adjectives I add, the more original I'm going to be. If I'm a cat girl, there's lots of cat girls. But if I'll switch to fox since that's easier because fox is in there. If I'm a fox, okay, there's a lot of foxes. There's some famous foxes. If I'm a ninja fox, okay, that's a little better. If I'm a fennec fox ninja, okay, that's a little bit better. That's a bit more unique. But if I'm a fennec fox kitsune ninja, okay, well, I highly doubt somebody's going to have all 4 of those descriptors. And if you carry all of that into your design, you can stand out. It's totally possible. You have to get more creative with the more common ones, but it's possible. But if you go further out to whoever the manticore is, I don't know how many manticores there would be, so that's a bit more original.
Exactly. Yeah, I like the manticore one. What is white? Like white as a VTuber character type? I don't see white. Is there a white here?
There's some colors. There's like pink and orange. I forgot to filter out some colors.
Oh,
but yeah, there's probably there's white right there.
Probably white-haired girls. I know white-haired girls are very common. And you know what? I agree. White-haired characters they're super peak even. One would even say that they're the peakest of the peak. God, I love my white-haired girls. I actually cat girls just reproduce too fast. Remember to spay and neuter your cat girls.
Oh no, they're worse than the rabbits, I guess.
Oh no. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna spit real quick. I'm still sick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm back.
Welcome
I just need to get out for a sec. Let's move on.
Yeah, this one's a multi-question in one. It's what content types do you currently make?
Ooh, this is interesting. Okay. Shorts TikTok, 52 to 48. That makes a lot of sense. I think Chibidoki actually got. So I can see people replicating this move. Long form. Okay, that's us, right?
Yes.
Definitely. I feel like right now, long form content is definitely a huge strat to making it like relatively popular in the space. So I support that. Streaming games, that's very common. Streaming other, what do you mean?
There's different streaming categories on this one. You can stream art, you can stream music, you can stream hand cams. So streaming other, like I'm like painting Gunpla. That is not something I had a category for, but hey, if they stream that, they would throw it in there.
Oh, cause like I got a devious version that I haven't. It's like, okay.
I mean, hey, yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, you know what? I respect that. Streaming art, streaming music, handcam, commentary chatting. Okay. That's bigger than I thought it would be.
Right?
Yeah. Reviews and tier lists. I love review streams and I love tier list streams. I'm so sad that barely anybody did. Tier listing fell off super hard even, but I still do it. God, why don't people do that anymore?
Fads.
Yeah, people. Yeah.
I think if like somebody famous started doing them, others would go, you know what, I can do that, and then they would just start to do them as well. So I think it's just kind of ebbing and flowing of what other more famous creators are doing and people kind of mimicking.
Yeah, true. No, I think that's what's happening. News. Well, I guess I can see that. I'm just surprised. There are a lot of indies that do news.
Yeah, I would assume that would also be like encompassing of the drama news, because what news is not drama news?
True. Okay, interesting. Nexo.
Primary content platform, which unsurprisingly is Twitch.
Not surprised.
Yeah. The prior one had a very high streaming score, so makes sense that it would carry over to this one.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay. YouTube makes a lot of sense. Okay. Huh.
That is true. English and Twitch do go together. If I pull other areas of the world and split this out, that might be a little different, but I need more reach to split it out.
That's yeah. Hmm. 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 I'm just thinking about this. Okay. Okay. Next.
And where do
Where
you
do you
distribute?
distribute your content?
Yep.
Blue Sky. Okay.
Yeah, it's on
Actually,
the
you know
rise.
how popular is Blue Sky right?
I get better engagement over on Blue Sky than I do on X/Twitter/dumpster fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's sad, but if I just post the exact same thing to both, I get way better results on Blue Sky.
How many users? Actually, you know, let me Google that. Blue Sky users. So it's not going the way of Story Fire. Okay.
Legends use Facebook.
300 million
They're
Blue
legends
Sky
because
users.
they're 80 plus. That's all they can be.
True. Actually, a lot of Filipinos, Facebook. A lot of people in third world Facebook.
Yes, I know Facebook isn't in every country, and for us in the States, it's usually like our parents and our grandparents that are on there. Like the younger
True.
crowd are like, nah, TikTok.
True. Yeah. Ah, okay. Next slide. Do you have a consistent schedule? Ah,
I
of
want to
course
know
we
their
don't.
secrets.
Of
For
course
those who
we
do,
don't.
we do not.
I feel like a lot of those that have a consistent schedule probably are very, very serious about this. But even then, right?
Yeah.
Like me personally, I am serious content as well. But even I don't have a consistent schedule. I literally commissioned somebody like $110 to schedule a template, and then I barely fucking use it because I don't know how to use it. I'm
Oh
not
boy.
consistent. Yeah.
It's like
I
buying
don't, I
exercise
don't know.
equipment for the new year and it just becomes a coat rack.
Exactly. I don't have it. It's unfortunate. I wish I never spent that $100. I could have spent somewhere else. That could have been my monthly. Jesus.
You could have been somebody's whale for that one moment.
Exactly. I could have given Suisse like $100, and he'd probably, and it would make my week. Probably.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck me, man. Next.
Make your week versus plan your week.
How many hours average a day do you stream? 4 hours a day. Bro, 4 hours? Bro, I get tired stream for 4 hours. Okay, so a little bit of made a 1 week long streaming marathon on my birthday, and I was super regretted it, bro. Because
Oh, I
it
did
meant
that.
that I had to stream like every day for like 4 hours a day, and it was like, oh god, I didn't even have a job at this time, but it's so tiring, it's so draining. I don't want to do afterward. Yeah, nah,
Oh, I
it
did that.
sucks. Yeah, how
I
how is
did,
it for you?
I did a 24-hour streamathon, the kind that if chat did specific goals or hit specific things like so many subs, so many donations, it would extend my timer. And
Uh-huh.
I would literally come here, sit down, stream, like, take like food breaks and potty breaks and all that. And then at night when I went to sleep, I would play a video of my past streams, like a few of them on loop. And then I would wake up, do it again. And as long as my timer kept going, I had to keep going. I had bought like this massive crate of coffee, another couple massive things of energy drinks, and I needed it. Like at the end, I was so dead despite everything. I don't know how people can do that for so long. I thought it was going to be fun. I took days off of work, made this whole plan, and at the end, I'm just like you said, never again. No, 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 no. This was so exhausting. Why did I ever agree to do this?
Yep. Bro, I made like the pilot of my VTuber name is I made her do, and I don't understand how she was like okay by the end. Jesus Christ. Some people see it's these sorts of streamers that I know are just, they're built different, right? Like they're
Yep.
built to be a streamer. Yes, they can endure so many tedious hours of just sitting in there and talk to people, and they don't feel tired. In fact, they get more energized and everything. Like
Yep.
that. Yeah. It's how I realized that I'm probably not a streamer. And even if I do stream every day, I'll probably stream at most 2 to 3 hours, and then yeah.
Yeah, I'm more for the guerrilla streaming now. I don't have a streaming schedule, but if I feel like it, I'll just hit go live and play whatever game I feel like. I tried
Oh yeah.
the whole consistent three days a week thing, and it worked, but I really wasn't going anywhere. Then I made the very smart decision to move over to content creation versus streaming, and I still work a lot, but I can parse that out. I don't have to do it in like 3-hour chunks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm at the same. I mean, I'm at the same too. I just don't do it anymore. But yeah, my chat knows. My chat. Okay, I feel bad sometimes. I promise my chat a lot of. I tell them, hey, I have them because I get too tired. The fact that I have a real life job, like worse, Jesus. But hey, the best for all of us.
Yes,
Hoping for the best for all of us.
absolutely.
Yes, yes. Anyway, next to.
There was a random result in this one that I grouped that was 69, and my notes are just 69.
69. Teehee. Content
Right.
creation. Oh, I'm not surprised about this. 5 hours is also kind of my. Oh, this is a week.
Yes, this is a week.
5
So-
hours a week?
Yeah, that's not even a full-time job. Like you
Bro,
have to spend
what the
40, which
hell?
is towards the right-hand side of this.
Yeah. Holy crap. Chat or people that are making this to a certain extent, maybe that's why you're not getting that much quote success. You need to pump those numbers up, man. I do 5 hours a day.
Wow.
That's not to brag or anything, but it's just that it's streaming. You gotta be a little bit more serious than that. I don't know. Like, that's what I think, at least. What do you think?
Like depends on your goals. If you're just doing it for fun and whatever, you want to make a video, you make a video, then the lower numbers make sense. But if you're a serious sort and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make it something, I'm going to get like a substantial like amount of people, followers, subscribers, money, whatever that might be, you have to put in the time because you just can't show up to work and just sit there for like an hour and then walk out and expect a full paycheck. That's not how that works.
Exactly.
Me and my depressing numbers again. This 45 over here, that's as close. That's more than a full-time job, So if I did that and assumed a few slides ago that top person that made $1,500 a month was this person here, that's $8.33 an hour for these 45, and that's a little bit over minimum wage. I think it's like $7.50 in the U.S.
Ooh.
So. Yeah, depressing numbers, but it's also realistic. You got to know what you're getting yourself in for. If you are going for the long term, like we're saying, and you're serious about it, know that you're going to do a time sink at the start to be able to get your traction, get your content up. Like that's the stage that I'm in now. I'm slogging through making all the content, and I'm making all the videos that I want to make, strategically making others. And I know I'm not going to like rocket off right away. It's going to take me a while to get up a library that's going to draw people and keep people and have them watch my other videos. So I know this is a long haul. So that would be my advice for the people that are on the higher side of this scale is know that that's what you're in for. It's not going to be like going to a job and immediately you get that paycheck because you put in the hours. It doesn't quite work that way with content creation.
So true. So real. I spent 80 hours on planning one stream once.
Oh, wow.
Holy fuck. Are you alive?
No, they're a ghost right now. They're just absolutely dead. Who
I
was
would
that?
kill myself, bro. I would not. Jesus Christ. Like, I'd probably just give up in the middle of it. Yeah, it's not worth it. Probably gonna not make that much.
I'm just imagining that person having one of those like boards in the background that have all these pictures pinned to the wall, and they've got red
True.
string all over it, and they're planning this stream.
Yeah.
And it's starting to go to the other walls in the room now.
Yeah, bro. I hope you don't do that again, bro.
No.
Save your health.
Yes, it's not worth the sanity loss.
Exactly. Nexo. What's the next one here?
Yeah, how many
videos
in a
do you?
month?
I remember. My chat remembers. I remember back then, I used to be able to upload like 4 to 5 videos a month back in 2022 during the peak of my YouTube career. Well, I mean, I guess one could argue 2020 a peak of my. That's where like most of my goals achieved. But like back then, I used to be able to do in a month. Right now, because of my IRL job, because of all my responsibility, I am clocking in sometimes 1 video a month, on average 2 videos a month now. So I've definitely slowed down. And you know what? I feel bad. I feel super, super bad. So if you do 1 video a month, you're fine.
Yeah, that's where
20
I fall
videos
in.
a month though. Bro, 20 videos a month?
Who's
Look at
doing
that.
60? I just realized there's someone all the way to the far right that does 60 videos a month. I'm assuming they mean
Bro.
shorts. They have to mean shorts, right?
Bro, you're farming. You're
Right?
farming videos. Jesus.
It's a whole ass content farm.
Bro must be like, I don't know, like you cover VTuber news, or like you clip too many, you clip like the most, you clip like a lot of parts in your videos or something. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That is a lot. Holy moly. They hopefully have an editor or a few on tap.
Yeah. I'm going to assume that they do.
Yes, they kind of have to, otherwise they're dead.
They're dead. Exactly. Nexu. Oh yeah, no, I don't do short form videos, so I can't relate to this.
I tried.
I used to be same. I planned to do YouTube short. Nah, I kind of like, never mind. Probably not worth it, honestly. I mean, it could be worth it. It's just not my thing. I don't like shorts, and I don't like the audience that one can get from.
Yeah, I've heard
Feel like
mixed results from the shorts. Like, especially as a VTuber, you don't quite reach the VTuber audience. You reach this audience that's not very happy to see you, to put it mildly.
True.
So, and then that just fosters it to go to even more of the same people because they watched it and then they commented, and it's driving the algorithm in the wrong set of people.
Hello?
Oh, you still there?
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you cut out on my last part. Sorry. But yeah,
That's okay.
no, I agree. And the worst part about it is if you actually do attract the VTuber fans that do watch YouTube shorts, you're gonna get them fucking kids, bro. Like, I think it was Rin Penrose that actually complained about this. Like, she doesn't like the fact that the people that watches her short and the people that are actually watching her content right now are just a bunch of and I completely agree. God damn, I it's just not the people you wanna do these sort. Oh god, especially if you have like something relatively lewd on your.
Oh wow, that's a big ticket to Bantown.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. Nexu. Average long form video. Are these like 1 to 10K or 1K? Or...
It's the literal number, so it's not like K. It's like I got like 1 to 10 views or 1,000 plus views.
Oh. Okay. Huh. I don't know what to say. Honestly, like I'm looking at this and it's like, that's kind of. You're not making a living off of. Bro, I am so sorry.
No, it's like it's hard to make a living on YouTube. I did the math on that too as part of that video. So, but
yeah,
it's possible. It was like I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase it. What I did, because YouTube has far more options. You can range your subscription numbers from like 99 cents up to like something like $70, $80. I forget the max. So you have more flexibility. So for my analysis, I evened it up with Twitch. I made it match their tiers, and it's easier for a indie to make more money on YouTube, but it's harder to get monetized. So assuming that you're able to earn the money on both platforms, YouTube is better because right out the gate, you get a 70-30 split. Even if you get a few dollars, they don't care. It's still 70-30. Whereas Twitch has much higher expectations in this very convoluted point system, but it still ends up being the same numbers because I evened it up to Twitch that you need quite a bit of subs to be able to even hit
Cash
out of poverty. Yeah. I mean, you can cash out
Oh.
at like several different levels, depends on if you have stable income elsewhere. But if you're making it your primary, yeah, you'll need a few hundred subscriptions. I can probably pull up my notes from that video fast too.
Ooh. You don't have to, but like, ooh. Wait, so question.
Yeah.
Twitch right now takes like 50% flat out, right? Like not long they don't have those deals anymore where it's 30-70 for some or something like that.
Yep, they are on a point system now. So if you don't meet the point system up to tier 1, you get 50-50. If you get to tier 1, you get 60-40. If you get to tier 2, you get that 70-30 split.
That sounds
It's convoluted.
yeah, it's
so
like what?
convoluted.
It's like what the fuck am I what? Yeah, okay. I guess that's just Twitch for you these days, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get why, but I don't agree with it. Like as a company, it makes sense because you want to strive people to do better. If you have the mindset anyway that if they just show up and they get money, they may not try so hard. So if you give them that carrot at the end of the stick, they might try harder. Maybe that's their philosophy behind it, that you have to kind of earn your way up and make you strive to be better. I don't know. Or, hey, you know what? Most of the people, actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to be a little businessy here. If I'm looking at the populace of Twitch and I'm seeing that the majority of people fall into what they would consider a 50-50 split, that means we as a company keep more of the money that you stream, the watchers donate. So that's actually more beneficial to us. So if we draw the lines in the sand to where the major populace gets us more money, but then we still give people the possibility to get a little bit more for themselves if they kind of jump through a few hoops, business-wise, that makes sense. And it makes it seem like if we lower those bars later on, or make it seem like, oh, we're being more generous, we're helping out our streamers by giving you a higher revenue share. Yeah, also have to think about exactly how many people are they getting the 50-50 from, which is probably like 90%.
Yeah, that's super convoluted. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you explain it, it makes a lot of sense. I just wish it wasn't that like that oofed. So
Yeah.
far. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll definitely remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Nexo.
Finally got the video notes pulled up for that one. Oops, I might have skipped one on accident. No. There we go. That's the next one. I accidentally made it click.
How many days per week do you stream? 3 days. Huh. Yeah, I guess I would say that's probably healthy, honestly. Like,
That was my
I always
normal.
tell yeah, I feel like when you want to stream or like you want to be a full-time streamer, a healthy schedule is like 3 to 4 streams. Like just that, honestly. Like you don't have to push yourself for anything higher, because that's fine.
Yeah, and
What do you think?
There's also a drop off at a certain, like, I'll speak from my experience. Like if I streamed more days a week, it doesn't necessarily mean that I would get more people or more revenue or something like that. There is a bit of a drop off, especially if you tie that to how long you stream. Like 3 days a week, maybe 3 hours is roughly what I used to do. And it was pretty decent. Like toward the end, people would start to get quiet, filter out. I wouldn't have as many people. So if you watch your stream and see how long you can retain people, there's a few things to learn from it. Like either maybe this day, maybe this time is not the best slot, maybe this game or this activity is a little bit different. And there's websites out there that you can use to do some research, but don't kill yourself trying to find that perfect game or perfect activity in the perfect time, but just learn from it. Basically, that like if you're streaming, say from 8 to 11, and you have a fairly consistent chat, you're doing pretty good. Like doing well is like 3 to 5 active viewers on Twitch. That means you're doing pretty decent. It may not seem like a lot when you pop into maybe other people's chat and they've got double, triple that or even more, but those are outliers. That might be outlier times. They might have just got raided and things like that. But like, I don't know. Like you basically, you don't burn yourself out, but don't just keep banging your head against a wall, chasing that brand new game that just released. Because if, say, GTA 6 just released and you hopped on, there's a crap ton of other people doing the exact same thing as you. You're not going to get a share of those viewers, probably because there's this huge Twitch streamer out there that's playing it. Everybody's been waiting for them to play it. And it's a game, man. It's a numbers game. I like it. I like enjoying, like diving into it, peeling it apart, understanding it, but I probably kind of lost a lot of people in my ramble there.
I probably need to talk to you about anything that related. I feel like you'd be a very much a help.
Oh, I'd be happy to help.
Okay. I'll take your word on that.
Time will tell.
Go. Yeah.
Oh,
let's fucking go.
I did get the numbers for that previous video. If you want to get out of out of poverty and just cross the line into middle class, assuming that you're only getting tier 1 subscriptions, it does get you a 70-30 split, but you have to have 720 tier 1 subscriptions at $4.99 each. And that's not including taxes. That's quite a bit.
Oh.
Like, I don't know what is normal for people, but I don't think that they would have 720 subscriptions on a monthly basis unless they were really popular, because most of the people that watch you are not probably going to subscribe to you. They might donate every now and then, maybe some bits, but you won't have a 100% watch to like donate or subscription ratio. So it's probably only a fraction of your viewers. So if you have 720 subs, you probably have double or triple that in your average watchers.
Yeah, I don't even have that much members on YouTube channel right now. Damn. Interesting. Okay. Wow. I feel like I learned a lot from these sorts of like curious. Gotcha. I'll note of that. I'll take note of that. Thinking. Okay. Let's go next. Yes,
all right.
Please.
Oh, and it's like I planned it. Average viewer count.
Oh, okay. 1
Which
to
I
5.
didn't.
Yeah, that's. I feel like if you get like even in YouTube, you get like above 50. I think you're doing pretty okay for yourself. Like obviously not the best, right? Hopefully we could get more than that, but that's already above what most people get, especially if you're an indie. No shame if you only get 1 to 5.
Yeah, that's the bucket I fall into. Because I just typically don't have a huge following. Like I said, I'm moving to that first stage of really building up the base so I can start to move faster later on. But that's typically where I sit right now, is the 1 to 5. I might kind of nudge into the next 2 brackets depending on the time and other factors, but I'm normally on the lower side.
I think, yeah, you're fine, I think. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm not trying to sweat the numbers. I did at the very beginning. I sweated those numbers. I stared at the 1 or 0 of people watching me when I first started out, and it drove me crazy. Don't let it drive you crazy.
Yeah. Don't chat. Don't do it. What? Hold on. Thinking. So like. So like question actually.
Yeah.
When did you start like streaming again as like a normal VTuber?
If I remember the number, it was September 13th, 2023.
September. Oh, okay.
Like
that's
roughly
pretty
a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Curious. Okay, I see. Okay, let's move on. I just wanted to know, just so I wanted to make the numbers make sense in my head.
I definitely understand that.
Yep. Let's go.
And streaming software makes absolute sense. OBS, it's free, it's versatile. Why
Yep.
not use it?
Some people use that other thing, those Stream Elements OBS, like the other
Yeah.
OBS. I don't know what
Slobs.
the difference between. Yeah, I don't know what the difference between both of those are. I'm gonna be real.
I know a bit.
What?
OBS Studio is a bit open source. That's why they could make the Streamlabs OBS. It's because they just kind of like not necessarily stole because it's free, but they took the code and monetized it basically.
Boo!
Right.
They fucking stole it. Oh my god.
Yeah, basically,
bro.
yeah. And they even took the OBS name as part of it. And you cannot use plugins. Like for VTubing, like I highly recommend Spout 2 for the transparency. It's way easier on your computer. You cannot use it with slobs. So there's a lot of things that you have to kind of sacrifice to use it. You can make it work. It's technically free. You can buy upgrades and they sell themes through it and a bunch of other stuff that they've added in, but that's the basic differences.
Okay, that's kind of scummy, bro.
Yeah.
Stream Elements, you fucking piece of shit. I'll still use it though because it's convenient for like donations and everything.
Oh, you could just use their overlays in OBS and just say to heck with their actual slobs program.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's what I do because it's just easier that way, in
Yep.
my opinion. Nexu.
And the spicy one, do you make adult content?
Ooh. You know, no judging if you... Honestly, I feel like to a certain extent, a lot of VTubers doesn't necessarily need, but like, because VTubing is inherently, because of the parasocial nature of it, it can't be avoided that lewd or like sexiness or like adult content is going to be at the very least implied. So if anybody wants to actually like straight up just show their tits on stream as a VTuber, I think that you have all the right in the world to. That's what I think.
It's like any kind of bodily autonomy or choices that you would make in life. You are completely able to do it if you do it in the right way. Like you can't just run to Twitch and do that because that's not the place for it. But there's other platforms that you can do that on. And there's no shame in it. You know, hey, if it makes you money and buys you a house, you know, hey, more power to you.
Exactly. And, people are ashamed of it though for some reason. I mean, I guess that's why people get ashamed. But if I were like a female VTuber, I would probably just embrace it. I'm gonna be real. Just straight up, just embrace it. Mm-hmm. Hold on, I need to spit. Hold on,
Yep.
I'm back. Entertain the chat.
Entertain the chat. Kato says that can you actually steal from something that's open source? I'm not a lawyer by any stretch of the imagination, but I wonder if you take something that's free and then monetize it, there might be a little bit of gray area there for, is that really something you should be doing? You're kind of, building off the backs of others that didn't work for you, didn't get paid for you to make money. So I think it's a gray area and for the lawyers to sort out. And I know James has left, but James donated 5. So thank you, James. I'll thank him in the Discord later. But kind of going back to something I said earlier, as far as like when I first started, I had a certain preconceived notion of what being a successful VTuber was and what was expected. Part of it was the adult content. So I thought I had to like eventually work myself up to doing this after I got a certain fan base, and it wasn't for me. And that's why I didn't feel like I was being my true self. I didn't feel quite so comfortable, is I was trying to live out somebody else's life, which if you can do it, like we said, wonderful, more power to you, but don't force yourself. It just ends up in heartbreak and burnout and all that stuff.
Real. I've been back for like 10 seconds.
I heard the candy wrapper or the cough drop wrapper.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm just going to keep talking. You're doing something.
Mm-hmm. I needed a snack just because I just woke up. Anyway, let's go into the next thing.
This is the feels category, therefore the pink. I feel I can grow as a VTuber. Yep.
So
And
most people think it's a half and half.
Yeah, most people are kind of split or undecided because the left is, I don't feel like I can grow at all. And the right is absolutely 100% whatever I do is going to work.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I love the confidence. I love the confidence, bros.
I like that
That's a lot of
either neutral or leaning positive. It's hopeful. I hope it stays that way.
Aw.
Yeah.
I hope it stays that way. Yeah. I hope so too, bros.
Yeah, and I mean that.
Yep.
I'm not trying to be like snarky or anything. I really hope so. Like, it's possible. It is absolutely possible, especially if you have the passion for it and the drive for it and the you believe in yourself very strongly. You can make stuff happen. Just don't let stuff get in your way. Don't let it crush you. Just take a break, take a breather, come back to it, and just keep plugging away.
True. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Rise above.
Exactly. Don't let somebody else crush your dreams. You just crush them with your dreams. Maybe I need to make a t-shirt of that now.
Exactly. Anyway, next to
another feels category. Like, how much do you act or to portray your VTuber? Right?
This unfortunately this makes me sad. Here's my thought process.
Okay, go ahead.
So, the core key concept of a VTuber to me is when you, as a VTuber, you act larger than life. Right? Like, I think that's the key difference when you're a VTuber versus you're a normal streamer. Because when you're a normal streamer, you can just pretend. Not pretend. You can just act like a normal person. But when you're a VTuber, you're a fucking 1,000-year-old vampire. Act like a fucking vampire 1,000 years. Like, do that. Like, why are you sticking to such a mundane thing when you're entering an industry and in a profession where you can be anything?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's like a waste of potential. You should be able to do whatever the hell you want. You can't just be this grand concept of a VTuber, act like a normal boring person. Or maybe not even a boring person. Like, maybe you are entertaining, but there's a personality mismatch between you and your VTuber.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I ended up rebranding, is because I had that kind of mismatch. It didn't make sense for me to be what I thought I was needed to be a famous VTuber and to make it big and all that. It just wasn't me. I was forcing myself to act. So I was more on the absolutely than I would like to have been. Like, sure, I'm not flinging around kunai or cutting people down with my swords or anything like that, but I think I've kind of found a bit of a middle ground to where I'm going to start doing more ninja stuff. I'm working on a 2.0 or 3.0 if you count the first PNG tuber. But I'm going to do more ninja stuff now that I've got a bit of a better feel for my new design. So I'm going to start edging up. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that, but start moving towards this way. But yeah, I didn't think about it that way, but you're totally right. If you've got this very cool character concept and you basically do nothing with it, sure, it's pretty to look at. And it kind of makes me think of another point, is that people think that, if I have this really good model and it's really pretty, people are just going to come to me and throw money at me. Not necessarily. To your point, you have to also be entertaining. It has to match. Like, you can't be this super cute anime girl and then just sit there and expect the money to roll in, or like using kind of the dare tropes. Like, if you have a character that's on one part of the dare scale and then you act like the other dare scale, there's a mental disconnect for people that came thinking, based on your looks, this is a tsundere. And they come in there and they're like, why is she acting like that? Oh, no, thank you. And they leave. So you have to match to really make that magic work.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people I think don't understand about VTubing in general. You can't just you can't just be a normal streamer here. I made a whole video about this, like the whole be larger than life thing. Yeah, that's what I think.
I
But
agree.
then someone out there became a sex pest, or way worse than that. Oh yeah, no, I'm not
Oh
saying
no.
worst crime that you could commit if you don't like commit to the like you model, right? I just think it's a waste of time. You spent like $1,000 on a very with it. Like it's not efficient at all. Is what I think.
No, it's kind of like
That's what I think.
buying a fast, expensive car, but leaving it in your garage most of the time. You're not really using it to its fullest. Sure, you take it out on weekends, but are you truly enjoying that car to its fullest?
Exactly, exactly. You get it.
Yeah,
She gets it.
I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
exactly. Hmm. So yeah, food for thought for a lot of VTubers that are currently not doing that.
Yes,
Use your model.
exactly.
Absolutely use your model.
You have untapped potential. Go for it.
Exactly. Anyway, Nexu, do you enjoy collabing with other VTubers? No, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to, right? Like, you
Yeah.
kind of have to collab with other VTubers. Like, otherwise, you're not gonna grow, honestly. I, I think I'm an exception where I grew as a VTuber without needing to collab with other people, but that's because it's my niche. My niche of being like a commentary person made it so that I don't need to, because people are more interested about rather than them being necessarily interested in me, which in of itself is probably a bad thing because that means that nobody is there for my personality, but that made it so that I don't need to rely on the technique more than a lot of other. But yeah, I don't recommend it though. I don't recommend it.
Like for me, I feel bad for the people that are on the far left that are the not at alls or the very
Yeah.
close to the not at alls because more than likely they've not had a good experience. And I've talked about it in a few of my videos that I had one markedly bad experience with somebody that I thought was a really nice person. Turns out they were not. And that kind of turned me off of doing collabs for a while because a lot of the time what I found was I don't know this person. I've maybe watched their content, seen them in my feed every now and then. They seem pretty cool and their VODs are cool or whatever. So they seem really nice. But am I going to click with them? Am I going to have good conversation like you and I are having? It's hard to tell. And there's a couple times that I've taken that risk and been like, hey, random person that I don't really know yet, would you like to play this random game with me? And it might have went good the first time or two, or I kind of dismissed some red flags and said, you know what, I just don't know this person. They may not really know me. Maybe that's why this is happening, and kind of put it off, did a few more, and then found out that was absolutely a bunch of red flags I should have paid attention to. And I think these people might have had similar experiences, and it's kind of turned them off to it. But as a kind of contrary, a positive to that is we've never collabed before. We've never really had a lot of voice calls before, but I think this is going really well. So I would say to those people who are maybe on the far left, take a break, take a breather, come back to it, and get to know somebody a little bit offline, and then try to collab with them. And then more than likely, you're going to enjoy yourself and find yourself going, I'm not going to say that same word, moving to the right side of the chart and enjoying yourself a little more.
Yeah, no, you know that's the risks that you take as a YouTuber or as a content creator in general when you do want to collab with somebody. There was a post that I saw on Twitter the other day saying something is collabing with other VTubers a business thing, or is it like a business transaction? And there was a surprising amount of people that said that collabs are a business decision. Like they're not collabing with these people because they like them or anything or because they wanted to, but like they see that, you know, somebody's bigger than them, or maybe they have similar fan base and strategic business to collab with them to hopefully grow content. And to me, that's an interesting way to view view things, because I can't fault people that have those opinions, right? Like, I would be lying to myself if me collabing with, let's say, a Holostars member would not be a strategic business decision, right? But at the same time, like, you're opening yourself with a lot of risk, a lot of other dangers, and like, that in of itself, I think, is also a hot take. So it's really curious, these sorts of perspectives. Still, end all be all is that you have to take a sometimes when you do want to collab with, especially when you see collabing as a.
And a couple like thoughts on that too is that whoever you collab with is also representing your brand at the same time. So if you collab with somebody who, let's say that you're very say-so, you don't curse, you are very polite, but then you collab with somebody without really thinking about it, and you don't realize that they are, way more like open with their word choices and, not say-so. And yeah, it's a mismatch in people. It's I don't think, that would really happen, but it's just to illustrate the point of whoever you collab with also represents your brand. So you got to be very choicey, very careful in who you pick, and do a little research, watch some of their streams, not just watch one like I did and go, you know what, that person's great. And then just trust them to treat you well on stream and, all of that. So as long as everybody goes into like the business agreement mentality, I think that works, because like if like you gain something and I gain something and we both have agreed that, wonderful. But what I don't necessarily agree with is somebody that's doing the social ladder climb by being like disingenuine, to put it lightly. And they're just like, oh, hey, I want to be your friend because you have way more views than I do. And really sucking up and blah, blah, blah. That's not the way to go about it. That's going to come back and bite you. You're probably going to end up on somebody's drama news video as a result of that. Don't do that. But make sure everybody's on the same page. That's the easiest.
There's a surprising amount of, well, unsurprising maybe is the right term. There's a lot of in the industry that are like that, unfortunately. They just want to collab with, let's say, VShojo. Not because, like, I think VShojo, because of the sheer size of VShojo, a lot of people want to collab with VShojo, but not because they want to make members, but they know that they're putting themselves in the biggest spotlight possible by being friends or being associated with these people. I think Iron Mouse and Zentraya are definitely unfortunate victims of that. And I don't like it. It's super snaky in my opinion.
Yeah, it's slimy. I don't like it. But I think the good VTubers out there worry that that's what the other person is thinking too. So it kind of makes people hesitant to try. I felt that way. I've had to, as I said to one of my friends, I had to put my big girl panties on to even ask you to do this collab, because I'm like, nah, you wouldn't do this with me. So I just had to like just put on the best pair that I had and just ask. And sometimes that's all you got to do is just ask. If someone says no, that's absolutely fine. They have the reasons it wasn't meant to be. Just keep going.
Exactly. So yeah. Hey, we're here right now.
Exactly. It worked out.
Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, definitely do think about. I would. Okay, Limebird VA says I would agree. I watch can be a business-based decisions. It feels awkward though, and they watch. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
You know who the biggest? Yeah, you know who the biggest example of this recently that I know? It's not a VTuber. It's Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI. Have you seen Have you seen their podcast where they're in the same room and they're forced to like collab and talk to each other because their brands are like, it's so forced, like it's so obvious that these people are not friends, and maybe they don't even like each other, or maybe aspects of themselves that don't like each other, and then they fucking so cringe to watch, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've watched some clips on other shows, like CoffeeZilla talking about like the crypto stuff. He's shown clips of that, and they just look so stiff. Like
so
they're not having fun. Oh yeah. I didn't really think about it. I'm like, oh, maybe that's just how they are. Maybe this is just very businessy, but it makes sense. they're competitors. They're not there by
Yeah.
choice. They're just trying to do something else. And yeah, it was not fun to watch. They just seemed so boring.
Yeah. I mean, that's they are kind of boring. I'm gonna be real with you.
They've made their money. They don't need to be interesting anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing about content creators. To a certain extent, you don't need to stop being a personality. You just need to keep doing what you need to do once you've grown to a big enough. I don't like that, but that's the reality of content creation. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, next topic. Womp womp.
In
Do
the
you want to
same vein.
collab more often? Yeah, basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Me personally, yes. I had some. I do actually have this. So I'm an introvert, right? Like I'm a super
Same.
introvert. Yeah, and I do want to collab with people, but in my head, I always have this mentality that not a lot of people like me, or even if they do like me, they're not associate with me publicly, or else they'll be, they're gonna be branded in a very bad. Because that has happened to me back then. Like a lot of VTubers, well, not VTubers in general, like also had to disassociate them. So not fun. Very, very not fun. That's currently going on right now. That stigma is not that stigma kind of no longer applies. So I'm more comfortable collabing with.
And honestly, I didn't even think about that. I just like I like
Thank
watching
you.
your videos, and I don't follow drama anymore anyway, and it's probably better for my mental health that I don't. So like I don't know. I want to pick the people that I hang out with, and if I deem them nice people, if I deem them good people and worth my time, that's it. If you don't like them, more than likely you're not going to like me. So suck it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm grateful you see of me that way. It's like the whole thing of if certain nice people like me, then I can't be that bad, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't be that bad.
Nah,
But
not at
hey, I
all.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Okay, next two.
This
Prefer
is
to keep my real identity a secret.
the Clark Kent question.
I mean, for obvious reasons, right? Like I feel like,
Yep.
that's a big, large disagree though.
Right?
Actually, yeah. Okay, interesting.
Like,
That's
I
a
don't know.
massive.
I think the
Yeah, yeah.
people on the far left, like I worry about them honestly and truly, because in this day and age, we were talking a little bit before the stream about how easy it is if you say one thing for somebody who's very inclined to do so can dox you from it. So
Yeah.
having no secrets on the internet is how I'm seeing the far left side. Is like, you know what? Here's my name. I live in this city, this state. Come get me. Swat me if you want. Is how I'm seeing the left, and like that's very dangerous. But like it makes sense in this day and age to be all the way to the far right, because like you got to be, in my mind. And of course I'm gonna fall on the very far right as far as my answer would go. But like you gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect your loved ones, your family, your friends, because there's some really insane people out there that would just absolutely love to wreck you for no reason other than they were bored on a Tuesday night eating pizza rolls.
I feel like part of the reason why is how streamers actually like don't give a shit that people who they are. I feel like that's the reason they see it like that. The reason why they strongly disagree. Like for people know that his name is Charlie. People know that he lives in Tampa, Florida. People know his face. Like it's like
Right.
yeah, I guess I get it, but like in VTubing, in this industry in particular, probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like probably.
Like I can kind of see a bulletproofness to it. Like if you don't care, if it's all out there, like how can they weaponize that against me? I mean, they still could, but it takes away a few ways that they could weaponize it, I guess.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I get it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it is interesting. Okay. Next two.
Yeah, we're almost to
So
the
what's this?
commentary. This is the last chart before we get into our comments from the submitters.
Ooh, I get a full night's rest of 8 hours. Of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody in this industry who says that they get like a good night's sleep or get full sleep, no, you don't.
You're not
you sleep
trying
like
hard
a degen.
enough.
True, yeah, true. You're sleeping like a degen. You're eating fucking. You order from Uber a lot because that's that. Like, yeah, come on, don't lie to me. I have this picture of everybody degen, which is half true to a certain extent. Only half though, just half.
Chat
But-
called out that your noise suppression is cutting you out, and I thought it was my headphones this whole time.
Oh, from Discord? Should I turn it off?
Yeah, probably just the noise suppression. I didn't think
Oh,
about it
okay.
being noise suppression. I'm like, I think my headphones are like disconnecting.
Okay, how about now?
So far, so good.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, this should be fine. Right, chat? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's the next in the list?
It was one of your comments that you chose. Do you want to read it, or want me to read it, or take turns?
Let me read this. I started VTubing ultimately to give myself a reason to get out of bed, which sounds crazy, but in the context of my life, it makes sense. And while it's rarely been all sunshine and rainbows, silly as it sounds, it's probably been one of the few things that kept me going. I've lost friends through it, but I've also gained so much more, and being able to express my love of games to people I would have never otherwise through this medium has certainly been an adventure. Okay, so I'm sorry. Oh, that sucks.
Oof.
Anyway, I'm so sorry. But
That's
anyway,
okay.
what I wanted to tell you by this is that this is like a very big reason as to why people get into VTubing. And you don't need to be ashamed for it. Most, I've said this a long time ago, but VTubing are for needs made by needs. You know what I mean? Like we're all, well, maybe not all of us, but like most of us, we're just a bunch of people that don't quote belong or don't have that big of a place out there in the real world. That's why we're here, right? That's why there's a lot of stories about how a certain VTuber didn't have anything back then until they started VTubing. Maybe physical circumstances don't allow us to be able to enjoy life to the fullest, and we explore VTubing in order to get out of that. Yeah. It's like the sad thing about VTubing, but it's also what makes it so cool. So if you have that reason, if you're like a total neat, if it like stopped you from, let's say, killing yourself, God forbid,
Right.
good, because there you have no idea the amount of people, or maybe you do. You have no idea the amount of people that had their lives quote saved by VTubers or VTubing. You're not alone in that regard. You're not alone.
No, I fall in this.
That's all I had
bucket
to
too.
say, honestly.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
this suits me as well because, like you said, you're an introvert. I'm definitely an introvert. I have my moments to when I can be an extrovert for short amounts of time, like 3 hours for a stream. But mostly I identify with this because that gap between when I was a fleshy streamer and then when I became a VTuber, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I still don't have a lot of friends. I have a little bit more now that I've become a VTuber, which is exactly what I was hoping for. But like, I typically don't go outside unless I absolutely have to, and it's difficult for me to make friends because of so many past reasons that I could probably spend a whole other stream talking about. But it's kind of scarred me in the fact of trying to reach out to people. But having VTubing allows me to talk to all the wonderful people that have been chatting tonight, allows me to talk to you. And if I was never a VTuber, I would never have any of this. So this person is absolutely like the majority of us. So don't feel like you're the less than 1% or, the oddball out or anything like that. You are among your people.
Yes, exactly. You're fine. You're good
Yes,
here.
you're one of us. One of us. One of us.
One of us. Anyway, Yes. What? Anything? Oh shit. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, this is yours,
yeah.
or is it mine?
You have the majority of them. I went through and I picked like one extra. So
I see.
yeah, we can always alternate on reading them.
No, it's
So
fine. Yeah. All right. You go read this one though. I
all
haven't
right,
seen this one.
this one might be the one that I picked. I picked one, and I think it's this one. I feel like there is a strong obstacle in the wide brush rejection of AI for me. This is why I was thinking about doing that AI voice video and the voice changer video too, as I use AI voice as an accessibility feature. Half the point of VTubing is getting over mutism-induced anxiety by being able to hide myself, looks, and voice, also letting me communicate in a more effective way than I was only using text. But I have gotten a fair amount of viewers come into the streams and ridicule the AI voice generation, accusing the entire stream of being AI powered, etc. It would be great for me personally, and more importantly in general, if people could learn to distinguish different kinds of AI and different applications. Not everything is based on stolen training data and used to try and make effortless buck by selling generated slop. And I like that generated slop part. The fact that an accessibility tool that was created only recently already carries a negative connotation in cause of buzzwords that relate to technology, making this accessibility possible is deeply demotivating. And I made a video that did not do so well. That's the one I was talking about earlier, I think maybe even before stream. I made an AI video that really dived into it and talked on some of the things that I thought were very important to kind of call out as why it's good, why it's bad, what we need to look out for, things like that. So this comment kind of hit me because like at one point I really thought as I became the fox, I needed to fix my voice, and to fix my voice, AI was the way to go. And like, I get this on a certain level. And if you have the right intentions with any kind of tool, you can do good things. I'll use a firearm as an example. If I'm going to say hunt and provide for my family, sure, some people may think, oh no, the animals, but if you think about the greater good, survival is a necessity, and we all, well, at least most of us probably eat hamburgers and, maybe vegetation. So if you're ripping up plants, it's the same thing. You're taking some form of life. So in that, it's a good purpose in the end. But if you're using it for like war, or instead of picking plants, you're using your fist to hit people, it isn't the fist that's bad. It's what you're doing with that fist. It's you that's the problem. And the same thing can be applied to AI. And I think right now, I did a whole deep dive, but basically humanity has faced several turning points like this in our history. Invention of things like the automobile,
the factory.
Exactly. Yes. It upheaved our society, and people are like, oh no, our jobs are going away. Well, when automobiles came around, all the people who used to take care of horses, sell the horse supplies, shovel the stables, all those people don't have jobs anymore. At least it's much, much less of that. It's less common, but society went on. And this is just the next phase of that. We're going to get through it. We're going to figure it out, how we use it for good, how we use it for evil, what's right and what's wrong. It's just going to take us a while as humanity to figure out where those lines in the sand are.
True. No, I completely agree. I feel like people doom post a lot about AI because but bro, 4 years from now, 3 years from now, the same people that are ridiculing you are not gonna care. Or probably they've integrated AI into another part of their lives, and they're gonna feel silly ridiculing anybody for using it back then. Because the unfortunate truth about the world these days is that a few things that maybe some of us like were too early for our time. Some of us, you know what I mean? Some of us a lot of us rather, don't like to embrace the future.
Yep, and don't like what's scary. What's new?
Yeah, because it's scary, and to a certain extent, I get it. It is scary. It's super scary, even. But we gotta. I mean, some of us just embrace it faster than others. Yeah. Honestly, skill issue. If you can, it baffles me to hear somebody that is. It's understandable if you're scared of AI, but to outright fucking, I don't know,
Lynch
harass
mob
people
people.
because of it. Yeah, that's where I draw the line. Like, bro,
Yeah.
no, you're weird. You're weird. Fuck off. You're weird.
Yeah.
Because like even I'm aware that I'm my content creator, but I'm gonna be replaced by fucking AI 3 years from now. What do you mean? Like,
Right.
duh. You know what I mean?
There's even
People are
like
just
AI content farms right now that are just cranking out videos and people are watching
true.
them. And if we didn't watch them, they wouldn't make them. So we're enabling it. And
Yeah.
it's kind of a two-sided coin. On one hand, we're like, oh, AI bad. And other one's like, oh, look at that cute AI picture of a girl rescuing a cat from a flooded town. It's like
Gotcha. We were thinking of the exact same thing. You know those cat AI videos? Yeah.
yeah.
That's generally like the things that are going on right now. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
You
you're
are
fine.
fine.
Yeah, people
If
are
you want to
just gonna
use
be spicy. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. If people are gonna ridicule you for using AI, um, kindly tell them to go fuck yourself because you're allowed to do that, and there's absolutely no shame if you do. That's my opinion.
I know you'll know the answer to this. I'm not
Yeah.
much on the famous VTubers, but there's one that uses text to speech exclusively, right?
Oh, true. Yeah. Of course. And nobody's giving her shit.
Exactly. So it's just because they think they can get away with it that they're doing it. So if you stand up
Yeah.
and you start just banning them, or like just set up a bot or something that bans on certain keywords, hopefully that it just simply stops. But you're not doing anything wrong from the sounds of things. You're not using stolen anything just based on what they've typed. So I
Yep.
think it's fine, and the world will just have to adjust.
Yeah. I mean, there's also another. I mean, there's also even a YouTuber stolen AI voices, and people seem to love him. His name is
Yeah.
Only Waifu. He stole his. He uses an AI deep voice of Rani from Elden Ring, and apparently the actress for Rani did not permit that, but he
Oh
still does
boy.
it anyway. Yeah, those are the sort of AI usage that I think are super bad, right?
Yep.
Like, obviously you're an asshole if you do that, especially if the person behind it straight out flatly said that she doesn't approve of it, and you keep doing it anyway. That's an asshole. You do that,
True.
you're fine.
Yep. And it
Change is
was
scary for them.
very true. And there's
Mm-hmm.
one quick call out in chat I'm going to touch before we move to the next slide. It was called out on YouTube that text to speech is an AI, but it's kind of close because you're using a computer to generate a voice, and it's not the same algorithmically, and it's a different programmatic way of doing it. But it's also using a voice that's not yours to speak to people on a live stream. And an AI voice changer is simply going, what is the modulation of your voice? And then, like, am I going to pitch it up a certain amount? Am I going to attune it this way, or slow it down this way? So it's just remodulating your voice. It's only using AI to do all of those calculations at a much faster rate in order to make that voice more realistic. So it's not AI in the sense that the same person called out before, that it's stolen artwork from other people and being used to do random stuff that those artists didn't sign up for. The AI voice changer is simply a program that's using AI, much like a chatbot can use AI, to simply perform tasks faster. So to me, it's slightly different technology, but same basic principle.
DN, you got beat by your own chat box. Don't remind me. Yeah, I had a stream. I had a whole stream where I was like arguing with my own chat box, and I somehow I lost. Somehow I fucking lost. Insanity. It's fine though. But yeah, no, we have that going for us, chat. We have that going for us. What's next?
Yep, this one's all yours.
I work a full-time job. I also oh wait, hold on. Work a full-time job. I'm exhausted. Ooh, I want to do more so bad you don't know, but I can't. Okay, so how do I want to describe this? Hold on. Let me
Yeah.
think about this.
Okay.
I made a whole, but like, okay. So VTubing chat. VTubing, right? It's not all sunshine and rainbow. We all know that. We all know that. And obviously, if you can do VTubing and you also have an IRL work, it would be ill-advised for you to actually start taking time off of your work just so you can start doing VTubing activity. A lot of the people that you know right now, chat, a lot of the VTubers rather, especially the indie or the small corpo ones, they all work a 9 to 5 jobs. Some of them work as like a librarian, a McDonald's employee, all these sorts of things that normally also take too much of their time. But I don't want anybody to just sacrifice their career just because of this fun side hobby. You really can. So what I would recommend, just take your time. Find time off of work whenever you can, but if you can't, you don't force it. You don't have to force anything. Just do that. Just be okay. You will be okay, rather. No. Oh, sorry. I hate this. No pressure if you can't. And you absolutely should not be. Right? You absolutely should not be. I forgot my whole thing that I was supposed to say. But I forgot the whole thing that I wanted to say. But yeah, that's generally what I wanted to let you guys know. I see and hear a lot of beat themselves up for not being able to do more than they can, and that's the wrong way of going about it, in my opinion. It's super wrong. Yeah, that's all. That's really all about it.
And to me, I took a lot of psychology and sociology, and that's what I originally wanted to do with my life. So I tend to overanalyze people and things like this as well. So to me, the way that I'm reading this person does not like their job, and it's sapping a lot of their energy. So I don't know this person. I do not know their life situation. I don't know what else that they're capable of or what else they could do job-wise. But to me, I have a pretty good balance with my work and my VTubing to where I'm not leaving my current job exhausted. If you caught me a few occupations ago, absolutely I would be. I just would be drained by the amount of things that I had to do, the people I had to talk to, and I probably would not want to be a VTuber after it. So my thought would be, maybe look for something else. If you really want to try and balance both of these, clearly that full-time job is just killing you. And even if you didn't have VTubing, your full-time job shouldn't kill you. So there might be something else to address.
True. Yeah, no, that's right. I would strongly not recommend flat out quitting, though.
Oh, no.
Maybe save some money first. Yeah, save some money first before you actually start doing anything reckless.
Oh yeah,
that's really all about it.
Line up that next job before you hop. Don't think you're just gonna immediately go into the job market and get something. Finding a new job is a full-time job, so you're probably gonna suffer for a little bit, but hopefully in the end it's gonna be worth it.
Bro, especially in this climate, damn.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It'll be rough.
Not a good time right now. Absolutely not a good time right now.
Oh, this one. This one's a lot. This person wrote a small little bathroom novel. It's a lot of text.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
This one's mine to read though, so I kind of walked into that one.
Oh, okay. You want to go through it?
Yeah, they called it out pretty spot on. Quite a bit of rambling, absolutely yes. But I split each point in my paragraph to take. Oh yeah, that's just about the way they did the census. And basically, my preview state. The amount of VTubers I've met who never really watched any major companies is surprising to me. I fall in that category, but I also think that's good for the expansion of VTubing medium. I think Ren Penrose is going to do a lot for that direction as well now that they're indie and looking to pursue more general content creation. I hope VTubing becomes more free from restriction, and I don't mean from its J-idol roots. I also hope the indie VTuber scene breaks free from just being like the other Twitch streamers, and we see more of VTubers making videos of different genres. Feels like 99 of the successful indies are streamers whose YouTube presence is just stream highlights. I'd love to see more large success from YouTube creators. There's such a big difference to me between liking a company and wanting to / believing you could work there one day. I believe that. As much as I love the idol vibe and companies like HoloLive, I've been a fan of projects such as Love Live, and I'm not sure what the I'm at S is, but for years, I'm assuming it's similar, of course. But I'd never be able to join a company because I simply don't have and don't think I'll ever have the drive to work as hard as they do. JP work ethic is no slouch, and I just could never see myself taking up that much of my life. It's a little sad that I don't know any indies off the top of my head that actually do the whole idol music thing as a focus. I know some major EN names do the occasional cover, but it's definitely not a focus. I guess it makes sense since idols are usually in groups and companies. It kind of surprises me how many funny indies I've seen that don't make any short form content. Clips uploads are a minimum, but even taking the time to edit together some stream highlights on a particularly notable stream is more likely to pop off than a raw VOD, because nobody wants to sit there and watch like a 3-4 hour VOD. they can't interact with you, so that's how I feel about the last point.
So I think to a certain extent, I get what you mean. Right? Obviously, I agree with everything you said here, but there are actually a lot of indies that do make videos, that do do beyond just the normal average VTubing that we know it as, right? I mean, obviously, I'm one of them. Pan is one of them. And we have like an entire network where it's just a bunch of people that are trying to make videos about stuff about here in this industry. But the reason why, the reason why the industry is the way it is because we're still stuck to in the traditional idol format that is so familiar to a lot of VTubers. And what I mean by that is that the industry is still definitely rooted in its anime centric roots. We still are, and we haven't gotten beyond that. And that's why general streaming stuff beyond stream clips in YouTube is still not a thing here, because we're still stuck. Eventually, again, I'd like to think that eventually the concept of VTubing is going to go beyond anime, going to beyond the roots that it originally came from. I wouldn't hold my breath for it happening like sometime soon. I think it's gonna happen, but I think that's the reason for it. What do you think?
I don't think we're going to move away from the idol culture anytime soon. And I say that from a company mindset, because like I said, I'm very like corporate minded just because of all the stuff I've had to do. But like if I'm making a VTuber agency, this is why I also think some of the smaller ones have failed and gone by the wayside and just not made it in the end, is because when you make a company, you need to figure out this is how we're making profits. There's an extremely high probability that we're going to make profits. And if you're coming late to the game, you need to be able to at least step toe to toe for the most part with those big boys out there. Otherwise, you're just going to be like marginalized out of there. You're just not going to make it. So, but what else would we watch is my thought. Like VTuber TV shows, well, that's a little different. You'd have to get a cast, and would it really be a VTubing at that point? Would it be an anime, or like what would that next highly marketable thing be? And I really can't think of it. Like it's really hitting the top two marketable things right now. Being an idol makes sense. So many people consume songs, and I bet there's several people out there that have, watched One Piece, like the newer ones, the new movies, and had no idea VTuber was even part of that. They're probably just like, oh, I like that song. And they might go out and buy it just because they like the song. They don't care about VTubers. So, that makes it even more profitable because you're not stuck in a niche. You're not in this little bubble that you can only sell to 10 people. You have to sell to as many people as you possibly can. But you can't just make merchandise either. So it's a very tricky thing to get out of, and I'm not sure how a company would do that. But hey, if they want to hire me to figure it out, I'm definitely up for that.
Yeah, I feel like at large, it's we are at a point where a lot of the trends and the shifts in directions that we take are very reliant on the corporations making those moves first, right? Because
Yep.
if there's like a VTuber, like for example, what you said, a V show, if any random indie or even like a big person like Filian or Shy Lily does that, it might find relative success, but it's not gonna be successful, you know?
Yep.
If Hololive does that, for example, or Brave Group, or even like in Japan, Ijisanji, which is, you know, Japan, VTubing is already mainstream in there. I feel like that's really where it will take off. So I do agree with you on the point that from a marketing perspective, it just doesn't make any sense because because I do think a lot of it relies on corpos. And maybe that's what we need to do, chat. Maybe we need to take a lot of power out of these big corpos. Maybe we need to rise above. Maybe we need to fuck them up. Probably. Maybe.
Pass out pitchforks and torches at the end of chat.
Exactly. You get it. You get it.
Yes.
But yeah, in general, though, that's the thing. Anyway.
Yeah. Gotta have something to sell, otherwise you have nothing to sell.
Yes.
Oh, you keep getting the short ones. What the heck?
Oh, it feels like the gulf between tiny beginner VTubers under 100 subs and Oh yeah, no, 100%. That's true. Okay, so here's the thing. When you're a VTuber, the smaller you are, the higher it is to break out of what I call indie hell. Because the smaller you are, a lot of people are not gonna want to. Because you remember our whole conversation when we said that a lot of VTubers see collabing as a business opportunity or a business decision. There's an unsurprising amount of people that actually do look at it that way, and it sucks that a lot of people look at it that way. But that's what it is. I know he's just probably ranting here, but that's why a lot of the, let's say, VTuber agencies, a lot of the new VTuber agencies that you've seen right now, when they hire people, it's just people that they know, friends of friends, friends of a friends of a friend, you know, shit like that, or somebody that are high numbers based. I do know that a lot of VTuber agencies that actually do hire indies for certain roles in the company do have numbers as a very important metric to decide on whether or not they're joining. It's unfortunate that they look at it that way, but that is the unfortunate reality. Yep. And that we have to live by that. It sucks. It truly sucks. But it is what it is.
It, like, from a corporate sense, it makes perfect sense.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Because like I've done hiring and I've done firing. That's not the fun part of it. But in hiring, you want to know that person that you're looking at is going to be a good fit, is going to be able to do that job well, and in this case, bring you money back because you're investing in them. So if I'm looking at applications to join my, VTuber agency, if I ever start one, which the answer is going to be no, I don't want that headache. But what I'm going to be looking for is consistency. I'm going to be looking for performance. I'm going to be looking for all the things that I know are going to basically allow me to pluck you out of wherever you are and drop you into my organization, and you're just going to run. Am I going to pick somebody who started like a week ago VTubing? Probably not, because you're just starting out. You may leave, you may not like it, but if I see somebody who's been doing it for, say, 2 years, they've got the numbers, to your point, to back it up, that they have the ability to pull in a fan base and keep a fan base over a longer period of time, it's a much easier decision for me as the hiring manager to go, that's a viable candidate.
Yes. And it makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense, one would even say.
It's a little dream crushing, but yeah.
Yeah. No, people need to know these too, because some people go into mind expecting X, Y, and Z, and they just don't know the reality. And just so your poor little heart can ready for the heartbreak that's to follow if you're not as prepared as you think you are.
It's not like that scene in Toy Story where they're in the claw machine and all those little green aliens are wanting to be picked and then one gets picked at random. That's not how it works.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Well, or maybe fortunately. Actually, fortunately.
Yeah, that's true because they need equality. If all of these agencies didn't have quality candidates, we wouldn't watch them and we wouldn't want to be VTubers and the whole system would collapse.
Exactly. Exactly. Next, so?
Oh, I actually get a short one. It's been tough. I've tried connecting with other VTubers, but it feels like so many are cutthroat. Any bit of success, and they treat you like you're the bad guy. I just want genuine friends to grow as a VTuber and to be a positive force alongside others.
Oh boy.
We kind of touched on this
Poor
a little
summer
bit.
child. Yeah, you poor. This is the industry. This is the ultimate reality of the VTubing industry. People are cutthroat. VTubers, other indies will backstab you for a crumb of clout. And whether they know this or not, I mean, obviously agencies know this, but even other agencies are competing with indies, right? There's only so much VTuber fans that are existing out there in the world. Like, it's not like it's not like normal streaming where like you appeal rather to a general amount of people and you just you enjoy a life of being able to do whatever the hell you want. No, not really. In VTubing, there are people you have to appeal to, and sometimes those people are not just your fans but also other VTubers, and these other VTubers will backstab you if you want. Everybody, and the unfortunate thing is, right, like there's a lot of names, but there's a lot of these people that claim positivity. Oh, I want to be a positive force. I just want to contribute to the community. I just want to do good. And then they're the vilest motherfucker that anybody has ever seen. It happens a little.
Yeah, that's kind of the story that I shared earlier. That person was wearing the face of I want to be so helpful and I'm a good person and I'm helping the community, but then definitely not once the curtains were drawn and the mask came off. It was totally different underneath because that's what sells. I thought about it a lot because I had to go through it. Is that why did I fall for it? Well, just like this person, they want to be a positive force. They want to have genuine friends. That was my intent. So I'm like, this person could be a friend. They seem nice. But then the mask falls off and then you get scorned by that. But they wear the mask because it's profitable to them. Because think about it. If they were their true selves, if this person was as nasty to their fans, the chat, to other VTubers as they were in my presence, nobody would watch them. People want to believe in the positive, want to, follow those who want to spread the positive. So of course they're not going to be their true selves. It would be like simply cutting your nose off to spite your face. It just doesn't work that way.
Exactly. So we have that to deal with. Unfortunately, I feel bad if something happened like that to. I get the feeling that something like that did happen to him, but yeah, you just have to bear with it. Yeah. Any industry is like this, I would like to think.
Exactly. I was thinking of like Hollywood actors all going to Hollywood and becoming waiters and waitresses and sitting in line to be the next audition. They're not going to be nice to the person next to them. They're not going to try and run lines with them. They're like purposely going to mess them up. And if they have a chance to say, oh no, it's actually, they moved it. It's an hour from now. You'll have to come back and pretend like they work there. They're absolutely going to do it because they want that part.
Yeah, damn. I've actually heard of those sort of stories from like indies that applied to VTuber agencies and they got fucked up because they were told by another competitor that the dates were wrong. Oh God. No. That is so sad. You brought up such a core memory.
I didn't even know that existed. I made that up.
Yeah, no, but it does happen. It did happen. I saw it.
Sad.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh God, that's so sad.
I need to be able to tell that story in chat soon. I have to remember the details a lot more. But soon, chat, you'll hear that story from me soon. Anyway, I guess let's move on.
Yeah, we've got several, so I know there's a rough time limit here. So if we need to end, just let me know. We've got actually
What's
this
this?
and one more, so we're almost done actually.
Oh shit! Really? Okay.
Right? Yeah, I didn't think I thought we had a few more, but we only have the two.
Same. What's this? Being a VTuber is not hiding who I am, it's about showing it. My personality actually gets to shine when I'm VTuber. So when showed up my Earl's face, I was more worried about how I look in the background or those things being judged. They're all gone, so it's actually me now. Oh, I guess you have some like you know how this person feels.
Yeah,
Like no.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's kind of I didn't write this, so just so you know.
Yeah. Sorry, dying. Anyway.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
killed Misaki.
Oh shit. It's okay. I'm alive now.
Good,
Not back
good.
from the dead.
Back
All
from
right.
the dead.
You want to explain? I have a lot. I have something to say about this too, but you go ahead first.
Okay. Yeah, I've kind of been saying it on and off throughout the stream, but I think the best way for you to make your content and to make your streams more interesting is to be yourself. You know, be your true self. Don't be the one that society tells you that you have to be. Like, oh no, you're only as good as, making these pizzas. You'll never be anything else. Or like with those who are like transgendered, like you have to be this and only this because, somebody else told you that. If VTubing just unlocks all of those boxes, you don't have to conform to anybody's expectations but your own. Don't feel like you have to like tick certain boxes either. Like I originally thought I had to do X, Y, and Z, and a lot of acting and being not myself in order to make it in the industry. But I quickly found out that that was way more draining and it burnt me out. But I don't know. You need to find your happy medium between if you want to make a character, to the earlier point Nosagi made of, you've got this wonderful model with all these cool details. You need to make sure it fits. But that's why I think mine works so well for me, because when I designed it, I had me in mind. I didn't have anybody else's expectations or what's popular right now or anything. I thought, what's going to represent me best? This, wonderful. That, absolutely. Do I like ninjas? Absolutely. I wanted to be one as a kid. Let's go.
Yeah. Hell fucking yeah. And the one thing that I do have to say about this too as well is that that's the beautiful irony of VTubing, because when you're a VTuber, you are hiding under hiding is I wouldn't use the term hiding, right? But
Obscured,
like,
maybe.
you are you're under a veil of being in a kayfabe. But but like weirdly enough, since you are quote faking who you are, you're hiding it under a veneer of kayfabe. You're more true to yourself than you think, because you know what I mean. Like the truth unveils itself in the dark sort of thing. Yeah, that's like one of the beauties of VTubing, at least to me. So that's why I think it's a beautiful medium. I think that's how that's not where the future is gonna go. Honestly, I don't mean to sound like super dick sucky to this industry, but that's how I see it. Anyway, you?
Yeah. I don't know.
The
I
other
think
one?
I've kind of like belabored that point all the way through the stream, so we'll go to the last one.
Yeah, that's gonna be the theme of the stream now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the theme of the stream. What's this?
I think, is this one mine to read or yours to read? It's mine, right?
I can.
We'll split it.
I'm dying. Yeah, okay. I'm dying.
You take the top part, I'll take the second part. We'll split the last one.
Okay. Yeah, I can't see myself ever wanting to work or join Niji, especially after all that's happened. Ideally, if I were to join something, I'd strongly prefer to retain rights to my design and character. The only exception this would be for something like Mythos, where there's a pre-established theme, but that would still not be ideal. Additionally, I'd prefer to work with US Canada-based organizations just to ensure an overlap in culture and language, as well as protecting contract enforceability. The shoujo is a dream, though. Okay, so other agencies do actually offer those options. I think Phase Connect with Phase Invaders actually have a thing going on where they actually allow people with their established characters to join in on the company. But there's a little tricky side thing going on. If a character that you have, let's say your John VTuber, joins Phase Connect, it will be very tricky legal wise to actually make it so that you join and you still retain the rights to your design and character, because they're going to pay for your assets. They're going to pay for anything that relates to your model. And I would like to imagine that any competent company will not pay for anything that they don't own or that they don't have a massive stake in. You know what I mean? I think that's what happened to Yuri Fura. I don't know if you know who that is, Pandora.
No.
But it's a face connect. It was a Face Invaders back in 2023 that got terminated off of Face Connect. So she was somebody that already had this character, this VTuber, and she joined Face Connect. But after she got terminated, she no longer had access to that model. And I mean, you know, obviously everybody presumes that the reason why that was is that she sold her rights to that design to Face Connect when she joined.
Ooh.
In order for Face Connect to actually give her to be able to pay for her assets and everything. And you know, there's to a certain extent, I kinda don't like that, but I understand why VTuber agencies have to do that. You know what I mean?
It makes sense because it's way more clean if you start with them under one persona, everything happens in the middle, and then you exit. You don't take it with you. It's like having a company laptop. You shouldn't bring your own computer to work. That just makes it weird. So it makes sense, and I guess it's possible, but to your point, it would be very legally tricky because let's say that I join an agency and I keep myself as I am right now, and you know they make dolls and keychains and everything, and then at the end there's still merchandise left over. Well, does that same split happen? Or what if I want to sell merchandise moving forward? Do I need to pay them? Or like, there's so many little like legal tricky things that, us lay people won't think about, but the lawyers are just going to have absolute heart attacks on trying to figure it out. So it's much easier and cleaner to just simply start anew.
Yep. That's why like when YouTubers graduate or when VTubers go away, they just flat out stop making it. I mean, Hololive does that as well with like their merch. They just stop doing it, cut all costs, cut out the cancer. Well, okay, wrong usage of a phrase there. Wrong usage. But like, that's just what they do, just so it's like they're safe. That's all.
Yeah. Sell whatever was already pre-printed and don't make any more, unless. Well, there was a bit of a snafu with Niji a little bit ago that they produced more of somebody who had already exited, right?
Oh yeah, Matara. Yeah. It's Niji is a special case because Niji is a bit of a scum. Niji is a bit of a scumbag, as we already know.
Yeah, that's the exception, not the rule.
The rule. Let's see.
Yeah, the other part is more like recommendations for like the census going forward. So it's not really anything to comment on, just kind of notes from me, things that I might want to incorporate moving forward. I kind of read it ahead of time.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that? Did you write that or?
Oh, I didn't write it. I was reading it while you were talking, just to see like should I even talk about it? Can I paraphrase it to make it easier? But it's basically saying that it might be interesting to gather more information on assets they use, and like do they have editors or what do they make themselves? And so it's just kind of like potential questions for the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that's generally what comes into VTubing. You are right that so much that goes into this. It's not as simple as a lot of people think it is, or how it appears outside.
Yep.
That's why I like it, to be fair. That's why I like it. It's a mess, but it's a mess that's my home.
It's interesting to me to figure out how the mess works, because it's not as well oiled as like a fine, like maybe German clock. Maybe that's a good example, that every cog and wheel is in its place. It all has a function. It's been meticulously designed and placed and cared for and all that. VTubing is not like that. It's this kind of messy landscape that we're still trying to figure out certain parts of it as we go. Some things we're getting right, some things we're not. And I'm talking corpo, agency stuff right now because some appear, stay for a little bit, and then disappear. So clearly, there's not an easy business model for it. Like, what is success? And those that are at the top still stumble and don't do the right thing, and then get in trouble for it, have to backpedal and try and save face. So it's not something you normally see in normal corporations, like your grocery stores. Like your Walmart grocery store is not going to be in this snafu this week and another snafu the next week and stupid stuff like that. We're still figuring out what this looks like, what is right, what is wrong, what is ethically correct, and so on and so forth. So it's interesting to me to try and figure out how it's working right now, why it's working that way, how can it be better, and theorizing on the parts that we just don't have enough information on.
Yes. That's why I like it. That's why I like being called the VTuber historian. That's a self what's that thing where you give it to yourself?
Self-title?
Yeah, that's a title I gave to myself. But yeah, that's why I like being that. It's so interesting. It's an evolving industry that I found myself in that I like. Definitely. Excuse me. Oh God. But yes, that's what we have right now, chat. So. Are there more actually?
That's it. That was the last question.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, we're done.
Damn, we're done. Okay, wow. Okay. So. I guess that's it now. Huh.
Yeah. It's so hard to say goodbye now. We got on a nice roll.
Yeah.
I kind of want to keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, I do have some stuff to do.
I know. I'm kidding.
Like
I know you gotta go
yeah.
and you don't feel good, so I'm not gonna like strap you to your chair.
Yeah, but yeah, it was fun chilling here, man. Yeah, it really does. I do appreciate collabing.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you said yes. I've had a 100% blast this whole time.
I appreciate that. Again, thank you for bringing me here, and thank you for to people in the chat for coming. Thank you for coming into the stream. Thank you for everything, and I'll see you guys soon. Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Womp womp.